Duct tape. Wait, should I have added a fourth layer?
This is your job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Cheap, cheap.
That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. You remember, right? Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap, cheap. And right now you'll find a good deal more on new Honda gas and hybrid Accords, Civics, CRVs, and more fuel-efficient Elk Grove Hondas. Every sale is done right here, under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Come see why generations of families return again and again to Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, because Elk Grove Hondas are
Cheap, cheap.
Have you seen The Odyssey at the Esquire IMAX Theater? Director Christopher Nolan shot every frame entirely on 1570 IMAX film, and Sacramento's Esquire IMAX Theater is one of only 40 theaters in the world showing The Odyssey in brand new IMAX film technology, as Nolan intended his epic film to be seen in IMAX format.
No one could stand between me and home, not even the gods.
See The Odyssey for the first time or again, and lock in your seats for the best movie experience only at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR for loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson. Online at SactownSports.com or on the app. Kings, Niners, and Sacramento. The Matt and Kayla Show starts now.
I was really excited to start today's show by poking fun at the apparent beef between Carmichael Dave and Alan Stiles over whatever the hell they're beefing about. But I guess I got my own beef to worry about. What's your problem?
Nothing's
what did I do?
problem, bro.
What happened? Did you wake up this morning?
Bro.
It's like I'm on the warpath? Did Red yell or like bark at you too much? What happened?
No, Red's the only nice person.
Huh? What about me?
No, you're nice too. So is Anthony.
He laughs at your jokes too much. I don't like that.
No, I like that.
No, I don't like that
That's
at all.
a great sign.
What's going on?
No, nothing. I just have moments of frustration.
You just see Carmichael Dave and see Red.
Yeah.
Not Red your dog, but like Red the color.
Pretty much.
That man has an impact. Please, audience, help me out here. Get behind this. We need one episode of Dave, Alan, and Kayla together. We need one show.
It would be survival of the fittest.
Well, I think you'd win,
I
but
would.
We need a show. We need it. It would be amazing.
It should be a live show too.
Yes.
Like in a, public space where people could come watch.
Just call it war or something. I don't know what would happen.
Warpath.
Like Dave and Alan are beefing, and then Kayla would just come up the top rope with a steel chair for no reason. You're both idiots and you're both wrong.
Yeah, this beef thing is like...
I don't get it. But I get it, but I don't get it.
It kind of took a life of its own, because I know that they were beefing a little bit yesterday. I don't even know if I'd call it beefing to start.
It's classic radio thing,
but
right?
Yeah, but now it's kind of, taking another level. And then I also heard this morning, Carmichael Day talking to Bobby Gerald.
Yeah.
By the way, we're going to respond to some of Bobby Gerald's comments on the Kings.
I did not hear these. You did.
I
You
did.
came in telling me about them, so I'm interested to hear it because we love Bobby.
But Bobby was just getting on, and Dave, the first thing Dave does is just bring Allen into it.
Oh, of course.
And Allen was really disappointed with what he saw in Summer League. What are your takes on Summer League, Bobby? So that's how he introduced Bobby Gerald to the segment, was bringing in Allen to the beef.
Listen, it's the slowest time of the year, man. You take what you can get. Now, Allen and Whitey parade all the time that they create content for the entire station, so appreciate them for continuing to create content for the entire station because I'm feeling left out, Kayla.
I'm
feeling left out. It's like we're sitting here like freaking Sweden, and the war is going on. It's like, what the hell? What about us,
Well, maybe that's why I created my own drama during Crosstalk.
I don't know if it was drama. I don't know what the drama was.
I don't either.
We walked into the room, and, I know what happened is Dave started your guys' interaction commenting on your clothing, which is just never.
It's the first thing he did. He didn't even say, how's it going?
Kayla, have a conversation with Katie Christensen about this. This is a Carmichael Dave special.
I've heard segments from the past.
Dave will start conversations with Katie after a Kings broadcast.
Right.
Like the next day after a Kings broadcast, commenting on her dress and how it could have been better. So this is a Dave special. He knows exactly what he's doing.
But Dave's more than welcome to pay for a whole bunch of hoodies for me or something. I'm fine with that.
I mean, he already bought you an egg thing.
Yeah, I lost that.
You lost it?
In the move. Shh, don't tell him.
Oh, well.
I think I'm going to have him get me another one.
Yeah, have him buy you another one. He can afford it. Little egg things.
Oh, goodness. That would do me good in the mornings, too, by the way.
Little egg cooker?
Making eggs in the pan in the morning on a work day just takes too long.
I am notorious for buying things from my kitchen and then they don't get used for a very long time.
I see that.
I have a breakfast sandwich maker. I don't think I've touched the thing once.
That sounds
We bought
good.
a fancy air fryer, but also have a small, super simple air fryer. I go to the small, super simple one every time. The fancy one is one of these days I'll use it.
And they are good. They're useful.
Oh, they're wonderful. But the small, super, just boop, beep button, boop, dup, fries.
Sometimes the small things in terms of kitchen stuff especially do the job better.
What does the special one do?
Oh,
I haven't even read the manual. I don't know.
It's got a bunch of buttons on it, and you can do a bunch of different things, and there's different doohickeys and thingamabobs.
Yeah, you don't need all that.
I don't know what it does. It was a Christmas present. It sat in the box for the longest time, and then I finally took it out of the box.
You know what I think it does? I think that one you can do all sorts of different food.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right? Because the other small one,
My other one is literally pull thing out, put chicken nuggets in, push in, press button, pronto. Done. That is it. That is what, it's a little red one that looks like an egg. It's the best. I love it. So simple. The other one looks like a spaceship, but it's pretty cool, I'm sure, once I learn how to use it. Yeah.
Somebody asked me, Martin, in the YouTube chat, which, by the way, you can go and watch us on YouTube, see my great flannel shirt here. It looked like a lumberjack today. Thank you very much.
I like it.
This is what happens when you make a move, a big move in your life, and you have to just get rid of stuff. And so he was asking me if I have other flannels, and I said I used to have a few, but in the move, I just had to get rid of a whole bunch of clothes.
Yeah.
So this is the lone remaining flannel.
Yeah. Did you take him to Goodwill?
No, because actually, yes, I did.
I have a question.
Yes, I did take him to Goodwill.
I have a question about Goodwill. And shout out to the wonderful company that is Goodwill and all the great stuff that they do. And shout out to all of the employees working at Goodwill. I have no idea what your job is like. Every time I drop something off at Goodwill, I feel like I am putting a massive burden and inconvenience on whoever is working there.
Because it's just all sorts of stuff.
Because here's a bag of just and when you have a kid and your in-laws and parents buy them a crap ton of toys that they don't need, so then every time it's their birthday, you then have to purge their old items so that you can make room for their birthday haul and then Christmas haul after that. So you're always purging items. So I show up with this tub of toys, TT, and I put it in the freaking blue cart, and I look at the person. You want a receipt? Which might as well translate to F you.
It is it's
like, sorry.
What I wonder with that, are they the ones though actually sifting through all that?
I don't know. I'm sure they are.
Because that's the job that I would not. First of all, I'm wearing like hazmat, because you just don't know. Some people put whatever in those bins. What about like other items of clothing? Who wants to go through that?
I don't know. We worked together when we first started working together. It was January, so we worked together through at least a good portion of wintertime. Something I'm very curious about with you, Kayla, that I'm going to be paying more attention when it starts getting cold outside. I've watched you wear jackets. You were wearing a vest yesterday. Now you're wearing a flannel. It's
what do you want to say to me, huh?
Calm down. Calm down. When it's 100 degrees outside. When it's like 30, we're going to have that 1 week. We always have that 1 week during the winter where randomly it's like 38 degrees. It's not quite freezing, but we're almost there. And it's like frosty on the grass outside. We just always have at least that week or two during the wintertime. Are you going to show up like in 7 layers? How do you dress? Because the way you dress in the summer is still very fallish, borderline winter.
Because it's 2 degrees in here usually when I walk in.
I understand that because Dave makes it into a fridge.
Also, I'm pasty white right now, so that does not help.
Your words, not mine.
If I had a little bit of a tan.
Your words, not mine.
I'm used to being out at like training camps.
I just want to see you
getting some sun.
If you show up
freaking Casper
in
over
December in like a ski
jacket. I've got plenty of those. And I probably will.
I'm going to make fun of you.
I was actually thinking about this today. I was thinking about during the wintertime when I can use my beanies. And so I'll probably come in with some beanies.
Beanies are fine. Because beanies, it doesn't have to be freezing to wear a beanie.
Well, heat.
We have a certain media member.
Your head keeps in most of your heat.
Is that true? Is
that
scientifically
totally true?
All right, I don't know that.
Yeah.
We have a media member here who I will not say their name out of grace, who is notorious for wearing ski masks.
I'm sorry.
And will wear ski masks on their walks around their neighborhood.
Like a balaclava? Like a full...
Like a robbery ski mask?
Precisely.
No.
And
that's not right.
They cannot understand why
not right.
some neighbors get spooked, or why at one point when they were walking down the street in wearing a ski mask after midnight, just on an evening walk, a police officer questioned what they were doing.
No kidding.
There is a Kings media member, and I will not say more.
I'm going to guess who this is.
No, because I will crack, because I love it. It's one of my favorite stories. But you can guess pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm thinking I already know who this is.
Who it is. Anyway, I want to start beef, Kayla. We need beef.
It's what's for dinner. And maybe lunch.
Anthony, stop it.
It's just the attempt. It's
what's for dinner.
It's so fun.
Ryan Coda says, gotta be James Ham. No, James Ham is not wearing ski masks. It is not James Ham wearing ski masks.
Okay, so wait, how are you planning to do this organically? Because how I am. I'm a very organic person.
This is going to be forced like hell. In fact,
right,
pulling back the curtain, I've already texted Whitey Gleason saying I'm starting beef with him.
Really?
And it's less like beef,
Wow.
It's less like...
This is intense.
It's like... It's like not fully cooked beef. It's like...
What?
Like a small package
like
of ground... No.
Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
Salmonella?
Yeah.
No, it's like lightly cooked beef. It's not well done. It's, medium. No.
That's pretty well.
If you're going to cook
rare?
the beef,
there's a little bit of pink in it.
You better cook it.
Nah, there's a little bit of pink in it because it's meant to be more fun than anything else. But I was listening to the Drive Guys like I always do. I listen to every show on this station. I love this station. No. Well, hey, listen, once I get home, the show goes off. But I always listen to the Drive Guys.
I always listen to the Drive Guys every single day I get home.
What is wrong with you? I'm trying to start beef. Shut up, Ad. I'm trying to start beef with another show, and my co-host actively wants to start beef with me today. You know what? I'm on Whitey's side. I changed my mind. I'm on Whitey's side. I don't want to start beef anymore because my co-host is not going to have my back.
Let's go. You started it.
Anyway,
open up that door.
Whitey was talking about the Jalen Duren situation. And basically, based off of what Jake Fisher said recently, and you'll hear him say it in this clip, talking about like the Kings never really had a chance at Jalen Duren, which I think we have known and know by now. Whitey made sure to let it know that we were all played.
Uh-huh. Question for you, Alan. Are the Kings still in on Jalen Duren? Another question. Were they ever?
They definitely were.
They were not.
What do you mean?
Jake Fisher, quote, Jalen Duren has been out of the cards for Sacramento since the very beginning. They had interest there, of course, but there's never going to be a sign and trade that Detroit would have been willing to function, and we're still getting that intel. We could take this to Jalen Duren as well. Still receiving word out of Detroit. Pistons have zero interest in playing ball in any sign and trade scenario that would deliver their franchise center out of Detroit. We got played on Jalen Duren and the Kings. The Kings apparently had some interest, like, wow, we'd like to do something there. The Pistons, I don't think, ever had any interest. Maybe Jalen Duren's representation thought it would behoove them to create the illusion that, oh, Jalen Duren, he's going to meet with the Kings. There was never anything going on there. We got played.
We were told there was real interest.
I know we were told that.
I guess that interest was
Puhlayed. Played.
Is that like a butterface?
I don't know. I don't like Whitey's tone. I don't like his tone. What do you mean we got played? What do you mean we got played? It was real-ish, kinda. There was legitimate, at least, interest out there from Jalen Duren.
Why are you taking this personal?
Because I don't like the probably pretty true insinuation that I got my hopes up when I shouldn't have. I don't like that.
Did you really get? Let me ask you this: when that report came out, because it was a out of the blue report.
Yes.
Did you honestly think that they had a legitimate chance at getting Jalen Duren with the situation they're currently in, or especially we're in at that time?
If there was a chance, it was a single-digit percentile. Mm-hmm. And I think we kind of talked about that at the time.
Yeah.
Now, to clarify for Whitey, in case people were unsure, because Whitey and I have talked about it, and listening back, it's pretty clear. Whitey's not talking about the Kings got played by any means. Whitey is talking about, like, we as a fan base here in Sacramento. Oh, my God, the Kings are going to get Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren wants to come to the Sacramento Kings. I think we've known for a while that Jalen Duren wanted to go to the team that would put the money on the table that he was looking for. The Detroit Pistons are not willing to put on the table. And just like in the Jonathan Kuminga situation a year ago, the Sacramento Kings were a team willing to put the money on the table. So while I understand to Whitey's overarching point, or at least what I believe Whitey's overarching point to be, that the Sacramento Kings had very little chance whatsoever at landing Jalen Duren because this is restricted free agency. This is the point of restricted free agency, to make it hard as hell for you to lose a homegrown player or a player that you drafted. That's the whole point of restricted free agency, and to be on the restricted side of things can be frustrating. But the issue that I guess I take with Whitey, and again, this is all in fun, the issue that I take in this idea of being played is, while Sacramento Kings maybe falsely got their hopes up because of that report dropping and Jalen Duren's interest in Sacramento, I don't believe that I lump in the Kings and the Kings fan base together in this sense that you want the Sacramento Kings to try and get involved in stuff like this. You want the Sacramento Kings to put themselves in the conversation. And I guess Whitey's point would overall be, but Matt, it wasn't legitimate. There never really was a legitimate chance. But putting yourself in the conversation, having a meeting with Duren, which allegedly or reportedly happened, and I was told the meeting went quite well, apparently, and that Duren wanted to come to Sacramento. He wanted to come to Sacramento because the Kings...
you were told this?
Yes, like we've talked about this before.
Yeah, but this is the problem with this kind of stuff. Who was the original report coming from?
I don't remember who originally reported that Jalen Duren was interested in coming to Sacramento.
Okay.
I don't remember who the original report was.
Walk me through this real quick.
We had the report that Jalen Duren was interested. It came out of nowhere. That Jalen Duren was interested in. Yes. I want to say it was Chris Haynes.
I believe it. I believe it was.
I want to say it was Chris Haynes that put it out there. And the whole premise was because the Kings are willing to put money on the table in a sign-and trade, because they had no way of putting money on the table outside of a sign-and trade. They were willing to put the money on the table for Duren that he was looking for, that the Detroit Pistons very clearly are not willing to give him. And they still aren't willing to give him because Duren is still in a contract dispute, and all recent reports are he's still very frustrated and could threaten to take the qualifying offer and blah, 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 blah. So the Kings had a meeting with Jalen Duren the same way they had a meeting with Jonathan Kuminga when he was going through his Warriors situation. The Kings can't do anything. All they can do is sit down with Duren and go, here's why we'd really like you to play for us, and here's the money that we'd put on the table for you. Duren can then leave that meeting and go, oh, wow, that's exactly what I want. I'm going to go to the Pistons and say, I want to be traded to the Sacramento Kings because they're giving me what I want. To which the Pistons go, no, we don't have to, and we don't want to, which is essentially how this entire saga played out. But I don't believe the Kings in any way, and I know that's not what Whitey's saying, got played in this. And I don't think Kings fans in any way got played in this with the excitement of, the excitement should not be, in my opinion, that, oh my God, Jalen Duren wanted to play for the Kings. The excitement, in my opinion, should be the Sacramento Kings are legitimately putting themselves in these conversations to where a player is willing to play for them and leave their situation because the Kings are aggressive enough to put themselves at that table. That, to me, is what I'm excited about.
I mean, I get that. And I think right now, anytime you hear, though, a name like that in that position, I think that at this time of the year, and, you know, we're trying to have hope in any way possible of this being a faster rebuild than it probably is going to be. Like this kind of stuff, yeah, absolutely. If it's reported, because I know, you know, Nick in here is saying this is like kind of ridiculous that this kind of stuff is put out there and then we talk about it and aggregate it. But if there is stuff put out there by NBA reporters and people who cover the league, it is our job to respond to it.
See, but that's the thing. Sorry.
No, it's our job to respond to it. So we're not sitting here saying anything that we don't know. Like, we're just responding to, if this is an actual thing,
yes,
this is what it could do, or hey, this is, and it didn't last long.
No.
It didn't last long at all. But I don't think this was completely made up.
It's not at all.
I don't think it was completely made up by any means.
Nick, it's a really irresponsible thing to say that this is a fabricated story and malpractice created by the media. Stuff like that actually pisses me off. Because if we're just pulling stuff out of our ass and creating these false names, you know what would be a fabricated story? Hey, the Kings are legitimately in for LeBron James. That's BS. That's stuff I'm just pulling out of my ass for no reason to try and be hot takey on sports talk radio.
Which does happen,
That's
by the way.
not what this is.
Not here.
The Sacramento Kings legitimately were in conversation with Jalen Duren. The Sacramento Kings were legitimately putting themselves in a position to at least have Jalen Duren interested in playing for them, to put some sort of pressure on the Detroit Pistons. Yeah. This is the part, and Nick, I don't know of how big of a Kings fan you are or not, but this is the part about this fan base that frustrates me. Y'all bitch and moan and complain if the Kings don't do anything, but if the Kings try to do something and it doesn't land because it's restricted free agency, y'all bitch and moan and complain and say it wasn't real. The Kings, all they can do, all Scott Perry can do, is put himself in a position to potentially land a player. If he doesn't have the ability to force a trade, which of course he does not, all he can do is try to make a leverage play. Perry looks at the options in front of him and tries to insert himself in the conversation. He did it with Kuminga, was very clearly not willing to go past a certain point. He's done it with Jalen Duren. He's putting money on the table. We don't know what that figure is. He made Domantas Sabonis available in the sign and trade. The Pistons, in their right, said no. It is not fabricated. It is not false. It is not a lie. It is not a non-story to say that the Sacramento Kings were involved in Duren and that Duren was interested in playing for the Kings. Duren was also interested in playing for the Lakers, who actually had the money to give to him to put pressure on the Pistons before they signed whatever they.
So let me cool you down for a second. So let's get back to the actual beef. So
it's not beef.
That's how the segment started.
Undercooked beef.
So what I believe there's confusion in then is because sometimes when you use the word played, it means that
we got bamboozled.
Yeah, like it wasn't a real thing ever. What I think maybe Whitey is saying here is that you just mentioned, hey, he wants to leverage himself in terms of you gotta do that when you're trying to go back and be like, you know, this is what the Kings are offering me, you know, what are you guys going to do? So that's a part of how this business works. And maybe that's what he means is like, because it didn't work out in a way that then in terms means we didn't get what we wanted. And, maybe he's going to get what he wants in Detroit eventually because he leveraged it.
The way I interpret what Whitey said is it was always a crazy long shot with a very low likelihood of happening, which I completely agree with. I completely agree with. That doesn't mean it wasn't real. And that, Whitey's not saying that. Now I'm more addressing Nick in his commentary.
He's still going.
That's not at all the case. It was, and this is another thing. I don't understand the frustration from Kings fans of, well, the Kings are just being used as leverage. Okay, the Kings are putting themselves into a conversation.
Right.
The Kings are not. Scott Perry is not being taken advantage of. What do the Kings lose by getting involved in these conversations? Tell me, what do they lose? Nothing other than maybe time. They lose nothing by getting involved in these conversations.
And by the way, let's bring it back to something that we've talked about before on this show. They're also planting seeds, Scott Perry, for later down the line.
Yes.
That if Jalen Duren does become available at some point, and if it did go well here with that conversation, there is always opportunity to bring him here in the future.
Yeah, establishing.
Because that's how Scott works.
Establishing a relationship, right? You never know what it will, and it might be nothing.
Right.
But it might also be, hey, I remember talking to the Kings, and this is when Jalen Duren is, let's say, 30 years old. And he's looking for a contract, and God willing, Scott Perry is still the general manager of the Kings. Oh, I remember when the Kings were interested in me and would be willing to pay me when I was 24 or whatever. I could play for them, and whatever that situation may be. Like, you never know how these things are going to play out. But the Kings have nothing to lose, y'all, by getting involved in these conversations. Other than like maybe your pride being hurt if you see the Kings involved in a rumor and they don't actually land that player. Like, beyond wounded pride, Scott Perry putting himself in these conversations and not being what other general managers in the past have done, which is, well, I'm not even going to get involved because I have no chance anyway.
Right.
You're already folding before you have a freaking hand. Versus let me at least try and get in the pot a little bit, and I'm playing with house money because I got nothing to lose here. I'm putting out a hypothetical number based off of a trade of Domantas Sabonis. If the Pistons say no, which they have, what's the worst case scenario? Domantas Sabonis is pissed off? He already knows he's on the block. Domantas Sabonis, in theory, wouldn't mind a change of scenery anyway. What is the problem with the Kings getting involved in situations like this? It's not fabricated. It's not made up. It might be a long shot, to Whitey's overall point. But it's not a bad thing for the Kings to be involved in stuff like this. We're just getting started here on Sactown
I think
Sports.
you're the one with the deal today, not me.
It started with your energy, and it seeped into me.
Oh, yeah.
It has. I actually like the flannel, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
ESPN.
Suck up.
ESPN. It's called diplomacy. ESPN listed out one thing that we've learned about every single NBA team from this offseason, how this offseason has gone. Let's look at what they learned about the Sacramento Kings this offseason, because it's something that we've talked a lot about on this show over the last couple of weeks. We will do that next. It's Matt and Kayla on a Thursday, Friday Junior, Sactown Sports.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. For your Thursday, you're looking at bright sunshine and will feel seasonable for the afternoon. What does that mean? Well, that means highs will peak today in the lower 90s. That's where we should be for late July. Overnight tonight, the Delta breeze increases. We'll start the morning for Friday in the 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Cheap, cheap. That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. For more than 50 years, Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap. You'll find us under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard. Elk Grove Hondas are
cheap.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's time to saddle up, Sacramento. It's Wild West Night with the Sacramento River Cats on Saturday, August 8th at Sutter Health Park. Celebrate the Wild West in classic baseball fashion with themed fun and River Cats baseball under the lights. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, I have been told you're extending the 4th of July sales event because those deals are so darn good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs.
America loves Ram trucks, but what about my perfect truck?
We have you covered at Hoblet. We are truck people, so you won't find a better selection of new Rams with the features that matter anywhere. Plus, with almost 600 new Rams available, your Ram is waiting at Hoblet. Just one of the reasons Hoblet is consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but the entire nation.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings after 4162 dealer discount and 11,338 factory incentive. Incentives may include 15% below MSRP incentive, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and 500 military bonus or first responder bonus for eligible members. 10th is net savings. Sample VIN 390660. See dealer for details.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
What have we learned about the Sacramento Kings this offseason? Well, a lot.
That they didn't play well in Summer League.
Well, that too. People are having fun with that. According to ESPN, they wrote an article saying what we've learned about every single team, all 30 teams, after how this offseason has gone. Here is what they said for the Sacramento Kings. What we've learned. The Kings need to start worrying about draft relegation.
Oh, why? Really?
I told you.
Really? You got to bring up the R?
Wow. Wow. This is exactly where I thought the Kings would be. They're going to be fighting for their life this year, Kayla.
We're going to hear this relegation word so many times this season.
It is a complete
It's not logjam
180.
anymore. It's relegation.
Kayla, we went through months of me screaming about, oh, they've got to be in the bottom 3, and you going, Matt, shut up, I want to watch a win. Now we're going to be screaming about, oh, God, the bottom 3. Right. And we're going to be doing that from October. First game, they lost. Uh-oh. What is that going to mean for the relegation zone? Like, this is how the Kings season is going to go. I completely agree with this. This is what the ESPN writes.
Golly.
The NBA instituted new rules governing its draft lottery that will kick in next season. The league's worst teams are subject to relegation. Instead of getting the best odds, as was the custom in previous years, the teams that finish with the 3 worst records will have only a 5.4% chance of landing the number 1 overall pick. From there, each of the next 7 teams will have an 8.1% chance. The system is designed to discourage hardcore tanking and keep bad teams invested in winning late-season games. That all makes sense, but some teams can't help being bad and will just pay the price under the new rules. Hooray! Sacramento is worth keeping an eye on in this conversation. The Kings finished with just 22 wins last season and made no major veteran additions via free agency or trade. They waived DeMar DeRozan, who led them in total points and minutes last season, and are counting on better health from Domantas Sabonis to boost their outlook. Remarkably, the Kings' top 5 contracts all look overly generous. Zach LaVine, Sabonis, DeAndre Hunter, Keegan Murray, and Malik Monk will somehow combine to earn more than $163 million. Meanwhile, Sacramento used its lottery pick on Darius Acuff Jr., an intriguing lead guard who struggled with his scoring efficiency and defensive responsibilities in Summer League. While Acuff could develop into a star, getting there will likely require a lot of patience. In past years, the Kings could give the car keys to Acuff, go into tank mode, and position themselves for another top-end talent in the draft. Next year, the Kings could easily find themselves in the relegation zone at the exact moment they can least afford it.
That's a real positive one there.
Did Carmichael Dave write this?
He might have, or he wrote it after listening to Carmichael Dave.
True.
That's where I think
we know
really
ESPN
came from.
listens to this station. Speaking of ESPN, Nick Wagner from
at
ESPN
11
will join us at 11 o'clock to talk 49ers football. But what do you? This is what we've been talking about, the relegation zone.
Yeah, look, is it totally like unfathomable? No, because it is really something that can happen, and I think. For the fact that I guess we did not know this was going to happen this soon with the lottery change or the lottery, what do you call it? Restruction. Reconstruction. Whatever you want to call
Changes,
it. Like, it just happened so soon. And it was like, and we're fixing it before this year's draft. And next year it's coming into effect. So I think it was probably even a surprise to someone like Scott Perry, who is in the start of this rebuild. And maybe if this wouldn't have happened this year, things could have even been different about how he went about business. Now, I'm not going to use the hybrid thing because I'm just not going to do it.
We don't have that trademark on this show.
Just not going to do it. But I think it's harder to think of this team as a team that is going to make it out of the relegation zone than in it. I'm not trying to be Dave here.
No, I know.
Debbie Dave.
We did
Debbie
this.
Downer Dave.
We did this exercise, I think last week, didn't we? Where we looked at the standings and we're like, which teams will the Kings be battling with in the relegation zone?
Yeah, it was either last week or the week before.
Like the Pelicans are in there. The Nets are in there. Yep. Who else did we say was in there?
I don't think we said the Bulls. I think they were right there, though. Like, obviously, they got Caleb.
Yeah, I would put the Bulls.
They've got some other pieces.
Higher than the Sacramento Kings, for sure.
Let's see. There's another one, though.
Milwaukee's in there.
Oh, yeah, Milwaukee. Yep.
I think there's a chance that
they're young.
Memphis is in there, although I think Memphis is going to be.
Memphis has got some young.
Memphis is going to be fun.
Good pieces.
Memphis is going to be, they're going to beat people
and
up.
they got a chip on their shoulder.
They do. Oh, we do have to talk about the fact that they're going to play some games in Nashville because I know you've got thoughts on that.
You should see some of the responses I got from that thing from my Southern friends.
I need to put that. I'm going to write that down. I need to make sure we remember that. Grizzlies to play games in Memphis or in Nashville. Thank you. Because we definitely have to talk about that. But in general, this is where I expect the Sacramento Kings to be. And what's going to be interesting to see is what is the win total that escapes the relegation zone, right? And what's also interesting about this conversation, too, is well, why, if the Sacramento Kings were looking like one of these teams that could be haunted by these draft lottery changes with the position that they're in, and I know some Kings fans have lamented, it's oh, now we're bad, and now the NBA decides to change things. Hey, thanks a lot. But the Kings voted yes on this. The only team to vote no on it was the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah,
they had their own
I keep
reasons.
forgetting that.
They had their own reasons for it because of their trade, the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade, and the draft picks that they get in that trade. But I genuinely do believe that Scott Perry likes this because it takes the pressure of, well, not the pressure isn't the right word. It takes the demand to tank and lose games off of the plate of the team and Doug Christie, and the Kings won't have to worry about the noise in Sacramento that was very loud about why are you winning games, and that noise was around the league too. What the hell are the Kings doing? Why are they winning games? They don't have to worry about that anymore. Instead, now they have to worry about, are we just bad? We had that conversation when these rules were put out, and we maybe didn't talk about it enough of if the Kings are just not good enough, because that was the problem with this model. And could the Kings not be good enough this year? And could the Kings not be good enough next year? And if that's the case, then that's when it gets really scary for these mid-market smaller teams who are right now in this moment trying to dig out of the hole. One of the reasons why the Kings went through a 16, 17-year playoff drought was because they never got that top pick, really. They got a number of picks that were in the 7, 8, 9, 10 range, which they butchered most of them, to be fair. But they never got that top-end talent to carry them out of it for the longest time. And there's a very good chance that the Kings could be one of the worst teams in the league for the next 3 years and never get better than the 8th overall pick because of this new relegation system. So that part is scary. But there's also if there's the negative way, the pessimistic way of viewing it, or there's the positive way of viewing it, which is, well, you could finish in the bottom 3 and still get the number 1 overall pick. That's still possible, 5% chance.
Yeah.
Or the Kings could be better than we expected and still get the number 1 overall pick because they're not in the relegation zone. It's the Wild West. Quite literally, it's uncharted territory for the Sacramento Kings, which has scariness, but also has hope and possibility. It just depends on how you want to look at it.
Yeah, and one thing you do have to hope is that even if it starts off rickety, because there is new pieces playing together, and it's introduction to your main rookie, Darius Acuff Jr., to the league, but you're hoping that is going to progress, the chemistry with everyone will progress. And that's when it's okay, maybe we're starting to see something with how this team is forming.
Yeah. Let's go to the phones really quick. Steven calling in. Happy Thursday, Steven. What's up?
Happy Thursday to you guys. It's been a while. How are you guys doing?
Very good, my friend. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm kind of, dude, I am one of those that's just going to let this kind of ride. Just to kind of... You know what I mean? I'm in the boat where I want to wait and I want to see how this thing, comes together. How is everyone going to play together? I really want to know. This is where I really want to know what Doug has in his back pocket for this team, because I really think he's a good coach. He's super defensive oriented. I can go on and on and on about the stuff that we've repeated so many times, but I'm one of those where it's just, let's wait and let's see how this is actually going to play out. I think it's too soon to finalize any sort of opinions about Acuff because we haven't seen him with the starting lineup. We don't even know what the starting lineup looks like yet.
Right.
So there is that. On a completely different side note, Matt, this one's for you. You board opt for CD back in the day, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here's my favorite story that I like to bring up to CD every year, and realizing that you worked that day, I would like to know your side of it. Not trying to derail your show, but, dude, this is going to be hilarious for both Anthony and Kayla, who were not here for it.
Okay.
I'm talking about Katie's final day with Sean Salisbury.
Yes.
Okay? The whole situation, the whole build up to it, Katie's reaction, the fact that Sean and Dave played it off so well, I would like for you to take a moment at some point to share that. I already had Anthony go and try to dig up the YouTube video because it's out there. So I wanted to bring that up and sneak that in there. So love you guys. Thank you for having me on.
Funny.
I really appreciate
Now
you.
I'm intrigued.
Appreciate you so much, man. Why don't we do that when we come back? We also have to get to, let's see, what do I have in the rundown next? If I'm not mistaken, it's Bleacher Report's most overrated and underrated NBA players. We'll do that, but we'll pay off what Steven was talking about. What Carmichael Dave and Sean Salisbury did that threw Katie Christensen for a loop on her last day here when she was working at Sactown Sports back in the day. We got that next. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
How aggressively should Scott Perry and the Kings look to trade Zach LaVine this season?
This isn't LaVine a year ago or 2 years ago. There's no reason to just trade him to trade him. He's a $49 million asset coming off the books at the end of the year. So you have to ask yourself, well, okay, if you're going to trade him this year, what are you getting for him? If you let him go to the end of the year, you're getting nothing. But everybody is at or near the cap right now. So you have to think like a general manager.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And Doug.
Hot dog, get your hot dog.
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn, get your popcorn.
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust. Along with my partner and associates, I have been helping accident survivors recover for their injuries for over 25 years. And we can help you. There's no charge for calling, so please call us today. When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see, the new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Remember when a driving range was just a driving range? Yeah, Hagen Oaks doesn't remember either. Reserve one of 3 top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. at HagenOaks.com. Only 3 bays are reservable, while the rest of the range remains open for walk-ups. Play virtual golf, then grab food, drinks, and a seat in front of the TVs at the hangout. Throw in live music, and suddenly your quick stop at the range turns into hours of fun. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Side effects may include laughter, bragging rights, and one friend insisting he would have won if the wind wasn't blowing.
Cheap, cheap.
That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. You remember, right? Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap. And right now you'll find a good deal more on new Honda gas and hybrid Accords, Civics, CRVs, and more fuel-efficient Elk Grove Hondas. Every sale is done right here, under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Come see why generations of families return again and again to Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, because Elk Grove Hondas are
cheap.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR for loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
You know, in sports talk radio, we genuinely dread this time of the year because it's just so slow, right? Once the summer league ends, you
really
get into, no disrespect to baseball, but especially when both of our local baseball teams, the A's and the Giants, are garbage and just struggling as much as they are. Sorry, garbage is harsh. They're not, but they're very much struggling. It just makes it rough, right? We're looking forward to the start of NFL season, which is still a month away. We're looking forward to NBA returning, which is months away, right? This can be that time of the year where, well, you have to get creative. So when we have a caller like Steven call in and basically ask to play the hits and go back to a pretty legendary segment of the morning show back in the day, oh, well, we have to pay it off, especially for a couple of people in Kayla and Anthony who were not here for this and are not aware of this. Katie Christensen had the honor/burden of... You got an email of...
No, that was not me.
No, it was Anthony.
Oh, it
Anthony,
was?
Anthony
Okay, I was like,
email.
that was not me this time.
Got the burden of working with Carmichael Dave in the morning.
Sure.
And we had some amazing moments. I have a whole folder on a drive somewhere of just all the silly stuff that we got into on that show. You just have to have fun. And Katie and Dave are genuine, very, very close friends and always mess with each other. Well, Katie's last show, she did the morning show for a while, and God bless her because she almost killed herself on that show. And what I mean by that is she was traveling, doing all the Kings stuff, getting up. She'd get into I
can't believe she juggled both those
She'd
things.
get into hotels at 2 o'clock in the morning after traveling and then be up at 6 or 5 to do a radio show. She was just a beast during this. So it's her last show, and a staple guest of the morning show for the longest time was Sean Salisbury.
Yep.
And Sean and Dave have a relationship that goes back a long time. Well, Sean and Dave wanted to do something for Katie on her last show to just say thank you in their own way. And this is what they decided to do.
I cancel everybody else, but I save it for you. And for 7 years, I've been coming on with you. You sent some tweet out that Sean had some other plans or something. Knowing I had neck surgery today to make me look like an ass. I mean, how many times I've been doing this? And you blowhards, I come on with you guys for 7 years. 7 friggin' years, dude.
Sean,
how many times you called me up 10 minutes late?
Sean, are you being serious? You're not being serious.
Because you loudmouths are talking so often.
Are you being serious?
And going in. Does it sound like I'm joking? Been to 10 minutes late.
Sean, I said you had to switch your appointment. I said you had an appointment. You had to switch your time.
It's embarrassing, dude. No wonder your hosts leave you all the time.
Wow. You mean like when you did?
You know what bothers me about it is you're going to send that tweet out to me and busted my ass for you when you knew I was having neck surgery. And you're in what are you in market 220?
Wow.
You can't find a host?
Remember that time I got fired from ESPN, Sean?
Yeah, you remember. Hey, thanks for the support, buddy.
Stop it.
Yeah,
you guys, come on.
That picture I sent out, your wife gets it, okay?
You know what, Sean, you're being way oversensitive right now. That was a comment.
Dude, you know what I've been through, man? And I sit here and go to the ends of the earth for you on Katie's last day, and I got to put up with this crap.
Wow,
I can't even say bye to her.
We've never done anything nice for you, Sean. No, we don't give you exposure. We didn't have you on.
Come on, you guys, please.
Ridiculous. Well, Katie, you know what? Dave, you're a joke. Okay?
You know what? You can't take a joke, Sean.
What are you going to do, the radio show by yourself for the next 6 months?
I know I won't do it with you because I couldn't count on you to show up every day when we podcasted together.
Oh, come on, please, you guys. This is
Hey, Sean, honestly, Sean, I'll tell you what. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's one thing, since we're going to let's do this on our last day. There's one thing that I'm sure we could both agree on, and maybe I'm wrong here because I can't get into your weird-ass head, is that
my weird-ass head.
There's one thing we can both agree on. You correct me if I'm wrong.
Better hurry before I hang up on you, dude. I've had enough.
And that's that she's just absolutely one of the most gullible people I've ever met in my life. And it's
Oh my God, Dave. This is not funny. Sean.
Oh my goodness.
Classic.
Because that was some good acting.
Classic radio fight.
That was some good acting.
Got
right
her.
There.
Yeah.
And Katie's like, you guys just, no.
Her face is mortified the entire time. Oh, it's great.
That is crazy. Of course Dave would scheme up something like that.
Now, if we were to do that as a show, it would be Katie fighting with somebody, or Kayla fighting with somebody, and me hiding under the table. I wouldn't even be popping the mic. Guys, stop. I'd be out. I'm out of the room. Nah. They start fighting, I'm out of here. See, I have a feeling, Kayla, I have a feeling, correct me if I'm wrong here, this is a big assumption about you.
Yeah, you might be going too far.
But it's worth it for content, I guess. You would plan something like that, but then it would kind of get heated. Like if you were to fake a fight with somebody that you obviously have a really good relationship with, but you know a lot about.
Right.
Because there were a couple lines in there. There were a couple barbs that were a little below the belt, like Dave mentioning Sean getting fired from ESPN and Sean mentioning Dave not having a co-host for losing co-hosts a lot because at the time there was just a lot of turnover on the morning show. A couple below the belt shots that, again, both of them planned this.
Right.
But I have a feeling, Kayla, someone would throw a below the belt shot to you, which was meant again in this, and you would be like, okay, gloves off.
I would.
See?
I actually would
you.
do that. Because you hit one little sensitive spot on me.
I know.
And it's over.
Commenting on your nice flannel.
No, that ain't too sensitive.
Well, Dave got it.
That's because that's the first thing he commented on. Don't comment on what I'm wearing.
or your hair.
Even though I did that to him several times.
Yeah, but that's fair game, right?
Yeah, because he chooses to wear crazy stuff all the time.
He was wearing a doily that day.
He was wearing a doily, by golly.
It was a doily. By golly? Oh, dear.
Goodness.
My grandma just showed up in the studio. By golly. Well, we'll get to Bleacher Report's most overrated and underrated NBA players at some point. Shout out Steven for derailing the show a little bit with that.
Funny.
But you got to experience what was a pretty legendary segment in the history of Sactown Sports there. When we come back, should we get in a fake fight with Nick Wagner?
I bet you Nick would play along.
Oh, he would.
Nick's pretty good with that.
He would, but he's too much of a professional.
Yeah, he's a pro.
Boring. Nick Wagner, ESPN reporter for the 49ers, will join us to talk about Niners training camp, what he's seeing and hearing going into the camp itself. And in all honesty, I think we're all rooting for a quiet Niners training camp, but it does better for Nick when it's loud.
Just no injuries.
We'll talk. Yes, that too. We'll talk with Nick Wagner next on Sactown Sports.
This is Sactown, baby! Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton and Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton and Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
There's the hard way to buy a car, and then there's the Hoblet way. Transparent prices, fast paperwork, and a team that's there to help, not hover. We've spent 77 years refining this process so you can get in, get out, and get driving with zero drama. Car buying doesn't have to be stressful. At least, not when you do it the Hoblet way. Experience the difference at HobletDodge.com. The easy way to buy.
Bring the entire family out to Sutter Health Park for Sacramento River Cats baseball. From exciting action on the field to smiles in the stands, it's the perfect place to make family memories. Plan your next family night out at the ballpark. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. A.m. to 2 p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Well, after a beefy first hour, and by that I mean radio beef, talking about Dave and Alan's radio beef. We tried to make radio beef with Whitey, then talking about old fake radio beef between Carmichael Dave and Sean Salisbury. Now, you know what? Now we've got the guy that it's impossible to start any beef with because he's just the perfect person, you know? Nick Wagner from ESPN covers the San Francisco 49ers going into training camp. Nick, we're at that time of the year, and I know you understand this as a journalist too, like that slower time of the year where you just have to just latch on to what we can, and you know how much negativity sells. So is there anything we can just start a fight about? Anything you got for us?
Well, we can start by fighting about you saying that I'm the perfect person because I'm one of those, like, I like to keep the bar low, like manage expectations and then try to exceed them. So we can start off with that. As much as I appreciate it, there is no way that I ever want to be called that.
Oh, Nick, so I complimented you too much, Nick? I complimented you too much? Is that what it is?
Exactly
we're going to fight now.
Right.
It's good to talk to you, my friend. Training camp, at least the rookies are there. Training camp officially begins this weekend. I know you look at the calendar, and there's still quite a ways away from preseason games starting, let alone the regular season, but I know it also goes by quick. Kayla and I were just joking. It's almost like from a fan standpoint, you want as quiet of a training camp as possible, where there's no holdouts and no injuries and no drama or anything like that. I'm sure Kyle Shanahan would love nothing more than that. But I wonder, from your perspective as a journalist, especially with the history of contract holdouts and negotiations in training camp, from Bosa to Juwan Jennings to Brandon Ayuk, it feels like we're going into kind of just a cool, calm Niners training camp.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the most part that's true, although you just mentioned a name that is still lingering here over all this in Brandon Ayuk. But I do think, to your point, Matt, like, from the people I talk to with the Niners, like, one of the questions that people keep bringing up when it comes to the Brandon Ayuk situation is like, aren't they going to get tired of answering questions about him? Like, why wouldn't they just cut him and be done with it so they don't have to do that? I just don't think they really care that much. I think that even as Brandon Ayuk has become more vocal on social media here over the last couple of months, like, I just don't think that has really resonated in the 49ers building to the point where they just want to cut the cord so that they don't have to hear about it anymore. I just kind of think he's persona non grata. So that is still something that about it, certainly on the first day when we get access and can ask some questions about some things that he has said, or maybe his quote unquote side of the story to the extent that he has shared it. But other than that, yeah, I think they're in a position where this is a team that we saw them reload in the offseason to a point of, like, they're a little bit ahead of where I think they thought they were going to be a year ago when they did a roster reset, adding veterans who they think can help them win now. And this camp should be about how can they get back to kind of that level where they can contend and certainly contend within the division, because I think a lot of the strength in not just the NFC West, but the NFC and the NFL at large lies in this division, and that's going to be a big mountain for them to have to climb this season.
Nick, when you go into this year's camp, is there anything maybe that we're not glaringly focused on, or people aren't glaringly talking about, that maybe you see that you might, take a look at throughout camp and how it progresses?
Yeah, Kayla, one of the things I would say is, last year at this time, one of the big storylines that we were talking about was how much the Niners were trying to infuse youth into the roster and get those guys, particularly rookies, get them acclimated and get them going. And a lot of those guys, they had ups and downs and they kind of made progress throughout the season. But it's easy after you move past last year to just kind of look past and be like, okay, that worked out okay. They had a pretty good season. But I would suggest that if they're going to have another good season, those guys need to take a bigger step forward and be better than they were last year as rookies, which isn't necessarily an earth-shaking revelation for me, but I do think it's something that gets overlooked, because a lot of the guys that you look at last year, let's just use Alfred Collins, for example, who is a second-year defensive tackle, second-round pick a couple years ago that they had high expectations for. He kind of had a steady, non-linear progression as the year went on last year, and if you look at his numbers at the end of the season, it wasn't big. It wasn't eye-popping in any way. But the Niners, I know, were really happy with just the way that he progressed. And now their hope is that he can take that big leap from year one to year two. And I think that applies across the board for a lot of those young guys. And I do think that because the Niners core is older, and some of those guys, I'm not saying they're going to fall off this year. Maybe they will, some won't, that kind of thing. They're going to need some of those guys to kind of step in and fill those voids and produce in a way that can keep that team at a level that they want to be at. So that, to me, is maybe the thing that doesn't get talked about as much as, all the guys coming back from injury, the Ayuk situation, the addition of Mike Evans, all those things that are going to kind of steal the headlines. I think that's one that is going to ultimately kind of determine where this season goes for them.
We've got Nick Wagner with us, phenomenal San Francisco 49ers reporter for ESPN. Nick, this is kind of an unusual question, but I hope this makes sense. I've had the privilege, the opportunity when I was working in TV to cover a number of Niners training camps, and there's like two portions of it, right? And I know you know this very well, but a peek behind the curtain for the audience. When we show up, there's a period of time, normally during kind of individual work and individual drills, where the cameras are allowed and you can shoot and you can get that footage and stuff like that. Then that time ends and the cameras go down, but media is still allowed to stay out there. There's usually fans out there as well, and we get to watch more of the team drills. You get to watch the 11-on-11. You get to watch the offense versus the defense and things like that. And that's what I really wanted to focus on with you, with what you're looking at in training camp. You have your offense going against your defense in the case of the 49ers. So So you don't want to see Brock Purdy throw interceptions, but you want to see Diamador Lenore get a pick or two. How do you balance covering a team when I know how much Kyle Shanahan loves those joint practices when you can actually get another team in there, but how do you balance when it's team on team scrimmages and separating the good from the bad on both ends of the football?
I think that the biggest thing, Matt, it's a great question, actually, because it's so easy to get caught up in and I'm somewhat guilty of this, although in my long rambling practice reports that I post on Twitter every day, I try to put as much context in there as possible so that people can kind of understand both sides of it. But what I always try to keep in mind is that at the end of the day, while yes, it's competitive and yes, it is ones versus ones and all that stuff, it's still practice.
Yeah.
Like to paraphrase Allen Iverson, we are talking about practice. and the idea is that they're working on things. They're trying to get better. And so if Brock Purdy throws 4 interceptions, like, I'm going to write that, but I'm also going to write like, hey, these are the reasons that this is why they happened or whatever. Mm-hmm. Whereas someone may just tweet that and then that gets out there and Brock Purdy threw 4 interceptions. He's terrible or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the environment that we live in now from a social media perspective, but it could just be like he's trying a new throw. It's a new route. He's with a receiver that he hasn't worked with a lot, and they're working. They're always working on something, and so I think that is the important perspective to keep in mind. And sometimes it's a play, right? They're installing a play that they haven't run before. So there's a million different reasons that something can go wrong. And to your point, Matt, yeah, you can look at it both ways. You can say, well, if Brock Purdy threw an interception, that's not great. If Diamador Lenore got an interception, that is great. Yeah. So like it's always kind of just kind of keeping a balanced level head of it. Like for me, what I kind of base if this team, like, because you can tell in camp, I've covered enough really bad football and enough really good football to know kind of what I see on the practice field, how it's going to translate into a season. And I think a lot of it is more of like the energy, the competitiveness level of practices, where if you do have an offense that's going out and just carving up the defense, that could bode well for the offense, but it might just be a really bad sign for the defense. I think you really ultimately want it to kind of go both ways when it's all said and done, and you go back and look and say, hey, the offense had the better day this day, or the defense had the better day this day, or whatever. And even within the contents of one practice, having it go both ways. I think that, to me, is the better way to gauge where a team is and where it's headed, just to that competitiveness level, rather than just kind of looking at certain things as a one-off of interceptions or stats or any of that kind of stuff.
Nick, when it comes to the defense this year, and in this training camp in particular, it will be Raheem Morris who takes over that defensive coordinator title. Are you looking for anything different with him, or just personnel-wise, what that might look like during training camp and how they start to sort things out?
Absolutely, yeah. And I think it's easy to sit here and say, Raheem Morris is going to come in and kind of put his own spin on things because of the systems that he's run in other places, and particularly with the Rams. And, they did a lot, and even in Atlanta last year and the last couple of years, where they had more 5-man fronts and they were mixing things up with 3-4 instead of 4-3 and less zone coverage and more man and all those types of things that you look for. And you can see, obviously, they're installing certain things during training camp, so you get an idea of that. My read on it initially here, kind of going into it, is that it may not be as vastly different as people think it is. There may just be kind of an uptick, for lack of a better term, in certain things, such as, like I said, the 5-man fronts. I think they drafted Romello Height, for example, to kind of add that speed pass rusher that can kind of add on to some of those packages. But I don't necessarily know that it's going to look drastically different than what we've seen under previous coordinators like Robert Saleh and DeMeco Ryans. I think Kyle Shanahan would probably like to have Raheem Morris come in, kind of continue on with that, and then as his tenure here goes along, maybe add more things in and spice things up as they change personnel and get new bodies in there.
Nick, as you know, Kyle Shanahan is not really one to brag or boast. He likes to let his teams and his wins and his plays do the talking on the field. So we usually have to ask other people to kind of brag or boast or point out positives for him. So I want to ask you this: there's no question the NFC West is just a beast that the Niners find themselves in, and that's going to create a lot of drama, also a lot of fun for us bystanders watching every week. But we see what the Rams are doing and how stacked they are on both sides of the ball. Obviously, the Seahawks are reigning Super Bowl champions. What is it about the Niners, if you were to identify anything, that you think gives them an edge, or like this is a reason why I can actually see them winning this division and being the king of this big three in the NFC West?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the caveat is always going to be like, can they be healthy? But
right.
I do think if they are, and that is a big if, there's no denying that. I do think that their core of stars is still probably better overall than either of the other two teams, and that's a big statement. I mean, the Rams have plenty of star power of their own. You could, if you go 1 versus 1 in some of those spots, obviously the Rams might have the top 3 of those guys, whether it's the MVP and Matthew Stafford, or the Defensive Player of the Year and Myles Garrett. But I think as just looking up and down the roster, I think the 49ers might have more. And then I think the Seahawks, I think they're actually, as weird as this is to say, as the defending Super Bowl champions, being a bit underrated to some extent, just because I think people really don't grasp how good that team is and how young their core is. Like, there are a lot of those guys that just won a Super Bowl are going to keep getting better. And that's a bit of a scary thought. But I do think the 49ers have so many guys that have that are just grizzled and have been around and kind of know what it takes to win and have been so close to the mountaintop. And I also think that, for lack of a better term, again, I think they have a desperation element that maybe those other teams don't have, because those other teams have gotten over the hump and won a Super Bowl. And so the 49ers, I think, especially for their veteran star players, the clock is ticking. They know that. Everyone else knows that. And they need to get over the hump before the time runs out on them. So I think maybe that is an element. And again, that's an intangible thing. We don't know exactly how that's going to translate, but I do think that if healthy, that maybe gives them something that they can lean into. And I also think, too, that it maybe is good for them that they can be a bit of underdogs. I thought that helped them a little bit last year, that people weren't expecting as much from them. And I think this year that could help them as well, where the expectations are managed a little bit and they can perhaps exceed them.
We have Nick Wagner on here on the Matt and Kayla Show, covers the 49ers for ESPN. And speaking of ESPN, Adam Schefter said a few days ago that he had spoke with multiple teams, that now it's coming out that, these other teams really like DeJon Stribling and they had him high on the board. Did that come to any surprise to you, or are you kind of like, this is something that obviously we trusted 49ers and their breakdown of how their board was, and this isn't a surprise?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing, Kayla, is especially now, if you look around the league at how many teams deploy Kyle Shanahan or Shanahan-style offenses, whether that's the Rams or the Vikings or the Chargers this year will. There's just all the branches of the tree, right? So I think naturally there's going to be other teams, like, just because they're looking at players through the lens of that system and what guys can fit into that system, there's naturally going to be teams that see players in very similar ways, right? So I'm sure that's probably part of it. And I know Adam specifically mentioned the Rams really like DeJon Stribling also. Again, that shouldn't be a surprise, because these teams are looking at players and trying to fit them into what they do. And so I think from that aspect, that probably explains it more than anything. But it is notable. I mean, it's not a small thing to say, given that there were other receivers, a number of other receivers who went before DeJon Stribling did. So if other teams are viewing him that way, maybe is a little bit of a feather in the cap, and maybe it takes some of the sting off from fans who were a bit surprised by that. But at the end of the day, Kayla, you know this, I don't have to tell you, but like, can they perform on the field? Yeah. What are they going to do when they get here? And so all that stuff is fun to talk about, and maybe it does take some of the sting off for fans who are a little bit scratching their heads at the end of the day. But the thing that's going to really make them do that is if DeJon Stribling can come in and make an impact from day one and be, a top 2 or 3 receiver on this team, not just this year, but for the next, 4 or 5 years as well.
Nick, you're going to be very blown away by the significance of this question and just how deep it is. And just brilliant on my part. But how important is Fred Warner? He was just named or voted as the 54th in the NFL's top 100, which is a kind of a significant drop from, I think he was like 16 or something last year, but we know the injuries that he's dealt with and that he's coming off of. But I don't know if we can really exaggerate how much he is the heartbeat of that defense and how much the Niners are going to be relying upon him specifically, not just as a playmaker, but as really that defensive captain to get that side of the ball in line to the level of some of these other teams in the NFC West.
Well, Matt, it's everything to them, and I think just to add on to what the context that you gave there, like this is a team that is on its 5th defensive coordinator in as many years.
Yeah.
And granted, Robert Saleh was here before, so there was at least some familiarity, but like having a guy like Fred Warner, who is not just a great player, but is a de facto defensive coordinator on the field, giving them that stability, at least some kind of stability amidst changing coordinators, is invaluable. You really can't put a price tag on it. I'm sure they did, and that's why he signed such a big deal last offseason. But I just think it's just so critically important to have him, because it isn't just the things that he does as a player and, on the field making tackles and breaking up passes or whatever. It is getting guys lined up, communicating with the secondary, having everybody in the right position to have some success. And so I'm sure Raheem Morris would tell you that having Fred Warner is a great thing for him, particularly as he comes in now. And Fred Warner and he can kind of share ideas as well. And so Fred can help him as he adjusts to trying to help kind of run, like I said earlier, a similar scheme while adding wrinkles of his own, and Fred Warner is invaluable in that way. So there's no doubt about it. I mean, I would say, at least on the defensive side, and in not looking at quarterbacks, Fred Warner is probably one of the 3 or 4 most valuable players in the league. And it's not just because of what a good player is, it's because of all the things that you just mentioned and that I just mentioned as well.
Nick, okay, so we've talked so much about Brock Purdy, and obviously, Mac Jones is the backup, and he's a damn good backup. But there is still questions out there. If someone's quarterback gets hurt during the season, or if there's something that they get what they want for Mac, would they be comfortable enough in these other quarterbacks in that room, specifically Curtis Rourke? Is there any way there's going to be some kind of watching of that quarterback room and Curtis Rourke in particular, and maybe how he's progressing?
Yeah, I think there's a few things that play there that go into that, because obviously the first aspect of that would be the 49ers would have to get what they want for Mac Jones, which to my knowledge was at minimum a second-round pick, but probably a second-round pick plus something else, or a first-round pick, right? And Kyle Shanahan kind of intimated that back at the draft after night 1 of the draft, and he said, yeah, we didn't get any offers for Mac, and now at this point it would probably be too late, alluding to the fact that the first round was over and they didn't get a first-round pick for him. So that would be number one. Number two is I don't really think they have any idea what they have in Curtis Rourke just yet. I know that there are people in that building who are intrigued by him, and that they saw some things even back in the spring that they liked, and even back to last season when he did a handful of practices before his season was declared over for the injury that he had. But I think that is going to have to kind of play itself out, but it is something to watch as we get into camp here, because to your point, as of right now, okay, he's a potential QB3, and the idea is, can he carve out a roster spot so that the Niners keep 3 quarterbacks rather than exposing him to waivers, potentially putting him on the practice squad? But beyond that is the bigger picture, the bigger part of this, which is, can he do enough to prove that they feel comfortable with him as the number 2 quarterback beyond this season, or, as you say, potentially even this season if somebody does make a big offer for Mac Jones because something happens elsewhere with the quarterback. So there's a lot of kind of factors in the mix there. It's certainly too early to say on any of that stuff, but it's a storyline. You asked earlier about maybe an underrated storyline going into this camp. I think that is one, and it has to be, because Brock Purdy has also struggled to stay healthy here over the last couple of seasons. So there's a lot of things at quarterback. While yes, they're subtle and they have to feel good about that quarterback room as a whole, there's still a lot of things that kind of have to play out just beyond Brock Purdy as the starter.
We're speaking with Nick Wagner from ESPN covering the San Francisco 49ers. I might get hit for this, Nick, because this is Kayla's guy, and I didn't ask permission to ask about him. Osa Odighizuwa.
Oh, yeah, that's my guy.
That's one of Kayla's guys from this offseason acquisition. Obviously, the pass rush was severely lacking last year, and Nick Bosa coming back and hopefully just being healthy will obviously help with that. But how much of an impact do you think Osa Odighizuwa has coming here to San Francisco? I mean, everybody talked about the Mike Evans acquisition, but Oso was sneaky good, and a lot of experts are pegging that as potentially one of the steals of the offseason.
Yeah, I would argue, I think you guys might have asked me the last time I was on, or one of the times I was on this year recently, what the biggest offseason addition was. And I said Mike Evans, and I said the reason being that more for like not just the player that he is, but for what it kind of represented, that the Niners were adding veterans and trying to win right now, and this is a guy who can help them win now. But if you just put it and kind of isolate it by itself, what was the biggest addition that they made that could give them the most impact overall? I would argue that maybe it is also Digizua because of what you just mentioned, which is their pass rush last year was essentially non-existent, but it was especially non-existent when it came to the interior. And with a lack of interior pass rush, it makes it that much harder on all of those the exterior guys, your edge rushers, your Nick Bosa's who, coming off an injury, but last year, your Bryce Huffs and all those guys where if the quarterback has a simple escape route up the middle, it's pretty simple to avoid getting sacked. And so all of apps together, pass rush really works together. And that's why if you look at also Digizua's sack numbers, it may not blow you away, but that's really not the thing that drives this. Like it is, can he win one-on-ones? Can he create pressure that's going to force that quarterback into Nick Bosa's lap or into Michael Williams' lap or however you want to, Romello Height, whoever it is, like that impact is critically important to them. They have to have somebody who can do it. And I think Kyle Shanahan, I asked him something about it at the owners' meetings, just like the importance, how bad was the interior pass rush last year? How much of a problem was it? And he said it was a huge problem. And if you look at the tape, that certainly backs that up. So I expect him to be one of the primary additions that could turn that defense for the better this year. And particularly with a healthy Nick Bosa, those two should be able to kind of play off each other in a way that I think the 49ers hoped that Javon Hargrave would have given Nick Bosa. It didn't really ever materialize, but they've been kind of trying to replace DeForest Buckner as that three-tech defensive tackle who can create pass rush from the interior since 2020, and it hasn't really happened. And so I think their hope is that Osa Digizua can finally be the answer that they've been looking for there.
One more from me, Nick, and it's specifically from a listener. We talked about it earlier this week because this is what we do before training camps. Like, who's a free agent who could still be added to some of these teams? Obviously, Deebo Samuel is still out there. He's getting linked to San Francisco because obviously he used to play there. And I think a lot of people are intrigued by that. I just want to know from you, even if like he had interest or if they had interested in him, would it make sense at all there?
Look, I'm someone who never says never to anything. Mm-hmm. I just don't know what the fit is right now. And that could change. It certainly could change. And maybe that's kind of the point where Deebo Samuel is, as he's unsigned right now. He kind of lets some things play out. Nobody hates missing a little bit of training camp, right? Yep. He would, I'm sure he needs it to some extent because he hasn't been participating, but if he could miss a couple of weeks and let some injury situations potentially play out somewhere and find an opportunity, then maybe that happens. And maybe that is in San Francisco. There are injury questions in that receiver room for the 49ers, most notably with Ricky Pearsall. But I just think as the 49ers are currently constituted in their receiver room, they have a mix of guys who they believe in and who they're going to give a lot of reps to, and that would be Mike Evans, Christian Kirk, Ricky Pearsall, and then of course we just talked about DeJon Stribling, who they're going to want to get work to, but then they also have other guys that they want to continue working in, and the Jacob Cowlings of the world, and DeMarcus Robinson is coming back for another year. So I just think that the situation that they're in, and we had to do a 53-man roster projection at ESPN today. I had the Niners keeping 7 receivers. Which I think actually did last year. It's a little heavier than they usually go, but if I can find 7 right now that I think they would keep potentially, I'm not sure there's room for a Deebo Samuel at this point. And again, that's always subject to change. I just don't know that that's the match that people want it to be. And I understand it. I certainly do. And like I said, you can't rule it out, but I think other things might have to play out before that would become a live possibility at this point.
Nick, I'm going to sneak one more in really quickly. We really appreciate your time. This is more about you than it is about the Niners. One of my favorite things about going to training camp, especially when you go the first day or two, is to see, it's like kids at summer camp, right? It's just to see the joy of everybody being out there, the excitement for a long season coming, but everybody just loves and eats and sleeps and breathes football. at a training camp like that. That can include media members who obviously get into this field because they love the game themselves. What is it for you when you step into that Niners practice facility? You smell the grass, you see the footballs, you see the pads, you see the helmets. Like, what is it for you that you enjoy the most or look forward to the most about training camp?
Well, I have to say, Matt, first of all, I have like a little mourning period of vacation being over. So I'm just going to be complete. Like, I just got back from Italy. Like like, there's just like, it's just tough, right? Like there's that tough, like I would like how many more rounds of golf can I get in before, like those types of things that are hard. But I always laugh because one of the things anyone that's been around me knows that the training camp is fun. I like it because you really do get a feel for the team, and it's the most you get to watch them practice instead of just 20-minute windows, right? But August can feel like it takes forever, just because it's so long. And every year we do this now, it keeps getting earlier and earlier and earlier. And the Niners are early now this year because they play so early, right? They have the week 1 game in Australia, so it's a few days earlier. Those July days feel like they take forever. And the more July days that there are for training camp, the worse it is. It feels like, let's just say you're going on a 3,000-mile road trip. It feels like you look at a calendar and it says July 28th. It's the road sign that says you're a mere 2,900 miles away from your destination, right? Like it's that kind of thing. So, but the good side of it, Matt, I know I just got to the negative side of it, but the good side of it is that I think every year is a new opportunity for new stories to be told. And as much as I love the football aspect of it, like I love the storytelling aspect of it more. I love the roster building. I love the relationships that you get to build. I love seeing how new guys integrate with the old guys. I like watching the older guys kind of take the younger guys under their wing and seeing the new coaching staff and some of the new drills and the things that they do. So like, all of that stuff. And even as someone who, like, my first thing when I walk out onto a practice field is I hit the roster and I take attendance, like, and I'm like anal about it. It is a thing that I do it every day, and I try to get it done as quickly as possible. I like it though. It's fun. And even though the 90-man roster takes a lot longer than the 53-man roster to go through it, it's just for me, like, okay, we're back. And can I lock in now, and what can I see, and what can I observe, and what are trends that are developing, and all that kind of stuff. So we're almost there. It's almost that time. I'm trying to get one more round in here tomorrow before we really take off. But that's kind of it for me.
Well, Nick, shoot 'em straight, go low, and looking forward to seeing all of your work here on ESPN very shortly as training camp begins. It's phenomenal, and it's a privilege every time we can steal some of your time here on the show. So looking forward to doing it more as the training camp preseason and regular season begins. So thank you for taking the time as always.
You got it, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Nick.
Nick Wagner from ESPN. We're way late for a break. We'll take it now when we come back. Bobby Gerald was on the morning show this morning, had some interesting comments about the Kings drafting Alex Caravan and Emmanuel Sharp that we want to respond to. We'll do that next. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
How aggressively should Scott Perry and the Kings look to trade Zach LaVine this season?
This isn't LaVine a year ago or 2 years ago. There's no reason to just trade him to trade him. He's a $49 million asset coming off the books at the end of the year. So you have to ask yourself, well, okay, if you're going to trade him this year, what are you getting for him? If you let him go to the end of the year, you're getting nothing. But everybody is at or near the cap right now. So you have to think like a general manager.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Cheap, cheap. That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. You remember, right? Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap, cheap. And right now you'll find a good deal more on new Honda gas and hybrid Accords, Civics, CRVs, and more fuel-efficient Elk Grove Hondas. Every sale is done right here, under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Come see why generations of families return again and again to Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, because Elk Grove Hondas are cheap, cheap. Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms?
At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end.
Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Hi, I'm Tim Meadows. You've heard the phrase out with the old and in with the new, right? Well, buckle up because Stand Up to Cancer's vehicle donation program makes it easy to turn your old vehicle into new life-saving cancer research. More than 2 million Americans hear the words, "You have cancer," each year. That's why Stand Up to Cancer is dedicated to funding cancer research focused on finding cures. Donating is easy, pickup is free, and your gift may qualify for a tax deduction. Visit standuptocancer.org/cars to learn more.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR for loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
This morning, the great Bobby Gerald, who does phenomenal work covering the deep levels of basketball. Not just the top guys in the draft, not just first rounders, the second round and beyond. He's obsessed with it. He loves it. And every time that we can get him on these airwaves, regardless of the show that he's on, it's a treat to be able to hear from Bobby Gerald talk about the obscure players and names that you didn't know about that maybe you should or now you do after the Kings drafted them, guys like Emmanuel Sharp, for example. Bobby Gerald was on the morning show this morning. Bobby Gerald also a fantastic DJ too, by the way.
Oh, I did not know that. Fun fact.
Every once in a while, he'll live stream his DJ sets.
That's cool.
Matt George will poke his head in every now and then to hear his DJ sets.
Very
Bobby
neat.
Gerald was on the morning show this morning, and he said some things and shared some very, I think, fair criticism about the Kings' approach to the draft, especially late in the first round and the second round, going for older, more culture prospects like Emmanuel Sharp and Alex Caravan over some of the talent that was available. Here's Bobby Gerald.
So where do you fall on the whole got to establish a winning culture, bring in winning players type of thing when you're talking about the draft?
That's a tough one because I agree with that to some extent, but I still wish it was just a little more data informed. I would say Kelvin Sampson had a lot more to do with winning than Emmanuel Sharp did at Houston. I would say Kingston Flemings and Chris Sinak had more to do with winning than Emmanuel Sharp did. And again, I'm not hating on Emmanuel Sharp. I really thought he was good, not great. And there's a difference between good and great. And I've seen some people early on were like, he's the steal of the draft. And it's like, well, okay. At the end of the day, though, he shot 37% from the field, I think when you combine Sacramento and Las Vegas, that's not good. But it stings a little bit when you see that the guy that the Cavs used with the 34th pick, which was the Kings pick, and we traded the 34th pick and another second rounder to get Alex Caravan, and then Malik Thomas comes in, who they use with the 34th pick, and shows that he really has a high ceiling and the potential to be really good in the NBA.
Okay. Yeah. So Bobby's overall point is that, and that was cut up and spliced up a little bit by design. We asked Anthony to cut that down because it's a long answer. Go and check out that interview if you missed it with Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross this morning. It's a really good conversation. The gist of it, and help me out here, Kayla, because you heard it live when the conversation was going on, is that it's not that Bobby necessarily has an issue with Caravan or Sharp. It's that the Kings' reasoning behind drafting them being quote-unquote winning players, more seasoned players that could help impact the culture here in Sacramento over you need talent. Go out and get guys with upside and talent. That he takes issue with that.
I mean, to be honest, it made me sit back and think for a second.
Okay.
And I think the word he used, was like, it's kind of an old school way of drafting.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you're thinking along the lines of like, okay, culture building, what did these guys do in college versus like really number crunching, and what would they be able to do in terms of a high ceiling here. And with this being a kind of a building process here, you need as many, I think, I don't know exact words he used, but like you need a lot of young pieces. And some of these guys, when you talk about a Caravan, he's like, what, 24?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Sharp is still not to that level. He's 22, but he was just kind of going with the...
Sorry, he's 23.
Okay,
he'll be
24
in November, though, when the season's going on.
Okay. So I get the point that he is bringing to the table. I truly do, because I think it's also hard sometimes when you see some guys like Malik Thomas and you see some of these guys that they could have had without even trading up to get Alex Caravan, and you see the upside of them because of Summer League. It kind of showcases that. That's kind of hindsight, right? 2020.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it is going to be fascinating to see if this whole, setting the culture, building the culture with these types of players. And by the way, you still got Darius Acuff Jr. He is in a different category than that. He's a 19-year-old, what seems to be, will be a star in the league. But there's a lot of other pieces you need for this team to be good.
Yeah.
So I get kind of where he's coming from, but the whole culture thing I think is still important because there is none right now. And so you do need to bring in some players for the future that are going to be able to continue that, and you can build around those players. But maybe trading up to get Caravan, maybe that won't be the move in the future that you look at and say that was a good move, or maybe it will be.
Sure.
But it did make me think.
You could say the same thing about trading up to 24 to get Nick Clifford last year with what we've seen from Nick Clifford so far.
Yeah.
The overall, I guess my response to it would be this, and I'm not saying Bobby Gerald is oversimplifying things. It's not what I'm saying at all. But a lot of people have a pretty simple approach to the draft, which is get the best talent available and figure it out later. You know who has that approach to the draft? Jason Ross. Jason Ross has very much always been like, get the best guy available, then figure it out. And I think Scott Perry's approach to this draft is my top priority is establishing a culture here that isn't just on the basketball court. It is from the top of this organization to the bottom of this organization. This is how we are going to run. And I appreciate that from Scott because I've seen over the last 20-ish years how this organization has been run. And that includes multiple ownership groups. That includes the relocation period, a tremendous amount of turnover of players, coaches, and a whole hell of a lot of losing, right? So is it the right number one priority for Perry to have to focus primarily on the culture and establishing that culture this season, and then therefore bringing in the guys who might be less talented or have less upside but fit that culture better? I don't know. Time will tell.
Yeah.
But he seems to feel very confident about that. And yes, I agree with Bobby. It is old school. It is kind of an old school approach of my eyes are telling me this is the type of player I want versus what the numbers are telling me and what the highlights are telling me, I
I'm
suppose.
kind of built that way too, so I can't say that that's not something I would have done.
Yeah. I think it's a really interesting point by Bobby, and ultimately we don't have the answer. Time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess for me, I trust Scott Perry's approach. And also, if you are in the boat of I would have rather him go more talent over the culture, did he not kind of do that with Darius Acuff Jr.? Like I understand he thinks with Darius Acuff Jr. there is there are things about Darius and how Darius plays that Perry talked about a lot. He has the drive to be better. Like that fits the culture, that fits the identity, that fits the pillars. But a lot of the culture is also defensive, and we see the obvious defensive lapses. But the offensive talent is so bright for Acuff that, okay, maybe you're willing to. So I'm not saying that Scott Perry doesn't think Darius Acuff Jr. is as much of a culture fitter as Alex Caravan or Emmanuel Sharp, but there's obviously a balance of he's an incredibly talented player versus this defensive culture that we're trying to build. So I don't know. Time will tell ultimately.
Interesting combo.
Point. I like the point by Bobby. I think it's a really interesting perspective to look at. We'll take the break. When we come back, it's time to pick a side, including...
Ooh, we got some good ones.
Untold back on Netflix. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
This is Sactown, baby! Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Hey, Albert, can you help us plan and budget for a bathroom renovation?
I certainly can. Let me review your finances.
Who are you talking to?
Albert, my AI financial assistant that I can access right in the app. It automates all things finance, moves money, pays bills, creates personalized alerts, finds savings, and so much more.
Your bathroom renovation financial plan is ready. I found cash you can put aside, and to cover the rest, Albert can get you up to $10,000 fast.
Can you find contractors nearby within our budget?
Here's a list of contractors. Would you like help requesting a $10,000 loan for your bathroom renovation?
Yes! Download the Albert app and use promo code MULTIPLY to access Genius. Plus, get up to $10,000 for whatever you need. Just download the Albert app right now and use promo code MULTIPLY to get up to $10,000. That's promo code MULTIPLY.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPfest.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
It's time to saddle up, Sacramento. It's Wild West Night with the Sacramento River Cats on Saturday, August 8th at Sutter Health Park. Celebrate the Wild West in classic baseball fashion with themed fun and River Cats baseball under the lights. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, I heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $14,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 and 3500 heavy duties. Plus, save thousands more with 0% financing for 60 months.
Wow, $14,000 off MSRP and 0% financing. That's crazy.
At Hoblet, our goal is to get you the hard-to-find heavy-duty truck you need at the best price possible. Plus, we have over 600 Rams available.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, and now unbeatable interest rates. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
14,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Laramie after $9,500 dealer discount and factory incentives. Incentives include $500 on-the-job upfit with eligible upfit, 1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus with proof of business ownership, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, 0% financing for 60 months on approved credit through SFS, $16.67 per thousand borrowed, 10th net savings. See dealer for details.
Pick a side, any side. It's time for Pick a Side on Matt and Kayla.
Kayla, we might have to revisit this conversation that we were having in the last segment that stemmed from Bobby Gerald's comments this morning, but I'm surprised by what I'm seeing on our comment section.
I was too.
A lot of Alex Caravan frustration already, or lack of belief, which I think we know nothing.
Well, yeah, and I get it though. It's just like it is what have you done for me lately, and that matters in any portion of anything.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he had that really slow start. And then I heard Bobby Gerald talking about it this morning. Maybe I don't know. He kind of mentioned like as Summer League goes on, you don't have your best defenders out there. You don't have all necessarily your top guys out there, and so maybe. Kind of saying the fact who was Alex playing with every night when he kind of got it going later on.
Yeah.
So
just remember, everybody. 1, we know nothing yet, and number 2, the Kings only gave up a 2nd-round pick for him. It's not like they sold the farm.
Hey,
for him
I'm not making any assumptions right now. I know better than that. I've seen weird, crazy things happen.
We shall
sports
see.
World.
Let's get to Pick a Side. Topic number 1, Anthony, take it away.
Untold is back on Netflix August 25th and will feature the testimony of Vince Young, the story of the Texas Longhorns legend who is the NFL's next big thing until injuries, conflict, and sudden loss complicated his story. Will you watch? What an ad read.
I will, and only for... I know, right? If that doesn't catch you, I don't know what does. I will watch... Because, I remember that national championship between USC and Texas like it was yesterday. I know where I was sitting. I know where I was, everything about it. But also, when I then moved to cover the Nashville market, obviously, he was there in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And the stories I hear about Vince Young and what a disaster it was. And this boy read zero or watched zero film. Did not do anything to prepare. I want to watch this and see his side.
Yeah, I don't know if I care enough to watch, I'll be honest with you. It's funny. You say you remember where you were?
Yeah.
I did not grow up a college football fan at all.
Oh, you didn't?
I had no ties.
That's true.
Growing up in Sacramento, no disrespect, I'm very excited about. We haven't talked about Sac State joining the MAC very
much. We need to get someone on first of all.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
And shout out UC Davis too. Their football program's been phenomenal under Tim Plow over the past few seasons. But like Sacramento growing up, there just wasn't a big fish football team. I was always a basketball kid anyway, and like my family had no football ties. My mom went to San Diego State. Like that was her big school. So
more basketball.
I didn't really pay attention to the Aztecs. Like we didn't care. So I grew up without college football pretty much in my life, in my rotation. Didn't really pay attention to it. But I remember in 7th grade sitting down in front of the TV going, I have to watch this Rose Bowl game. Yeah. Because I just heard you have to do it. I remember if someone said it at school or whatever, you just have to watch this game.
Isn't that crazy?
I remember that game vividly. That was probably the first full college football game I ever watched, like start to finish.
Yeah.
And of course, Vince was amazing in that game. I don't know. Like, this is stuff my wife will 1,000% watch.
Oh, she will? Okay.
She loves this kind of stuff. And normally I avoid it, but I might get roped into watching it with her.
Well, you still haven't kept your promise of watching Quarterback to see if Cam Ward is the male version of me.
Yeah, that's true. I'm still watching WWE's Unreal. That's what I'm watching right now. Oh, God. I'm getting there.
We need content.
Listen, there's so much stuff that I'm far behind on Netflix. Still
you're slow. You're slow.
True.
You got a kid though. I give you.
Yeah, I'm also not watching this. I'll read if there's something good. It'll end up on social
give you
media.
The recap, guys.
Whatever
Don't
happens
worry.
there. I do want to know if there's something interesting, but I'm not watching a whole.
You have to tell us if it's like you have to watch it or you're all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
A reporter's phone went off during the Florida head coach John Sumrall's presser, and he went off. Do you like his response, or was it too much?
Well, let's listen to it.
We're going to unfold, and you'd be kicked out of our team meeting. I swear. Like, you're lucky I'm not going to throw this freaking podium right now. Like, drives me crazy. I would say, who is that? But I'm not going to embarrass anybody. But no.
This is classic coach stuff.
He's joking.
Okay.
Kinda.
So.
There's real there.
I like it. First of all, I like it because this is the SEC. This is SEC Media Days. Been many of those. The SEC thinks very highly of itself. And as they should, they've been a really good conference in a lot of sports. But the personalities of the coaches almost are more than some of the players sometimes.
Yes, absolutely.
And so it just works down there in the South. The SEC to have coaches like this, and this is his first year at Florida. So he is absolutely perfectly coming out, making his character known. And I love every minute of it.
I'm very okay with stuff like this. I think it gives you a glimpse of what these coaches are like and who these coaches are like with their players. And you can't be so soft as a media member to know you're not going to get clowned or yelled at if your phone goes off in a meet. And is it an innocent mistake? Of course it is. Like this happens.
This happens all the time.
This happened in Sacramento not long ago. I genuinely don't remember whose phone went off, but it was in the middle of Doug Christie presser, and Doug kind of stopped it and said like, "There's a fine for that."
Yeah,
just made a joke of it, and then you move on, right? It's common practice. Same way you make fun of somebody if their phone goes off in a movie theater or something like that. It's a whole bit of nothing, but I like to see the coaches kind of drop the coach speak for a little bit and be themselves and how they would be in a team meeting or in a practice if something like that were to happen. Because if a player's phone goes off, they're kicked out and they're running laps.
Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly.
I want to see that side of you. So I thought it was fun.
I was expecting him to throw a fit, like kick him out and everything from the way it was written. That's fine.
He's still getting backlash though. You
Really?
wouldn't believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's got to get over it.
Can
That
we
was
get
fine.
to the last one? Because I want to go off on.
Let's do it really fast.
something.
Blazers longtime play-by-play guy Kevin Calabro. Did I say that right?
That's pronounced right.
Says he's leaving the broadcast after being given a subprime offer.
Yep.
Was this the right move?
Okay.
You've got thoughts on this, I know.
I don't even know. I forget his name every time. Who's
Dundon?
Tom Dundon.
Yeah.
Dum Dum. Tom Dum Dum. That is his new freaking name. I don't want to call him by Tom. That is not his. Tom Dum Dum is the Portland owner's name. And he is a screwball. This man don't know what he's doing. He's coming up to the great Pacific Northwest, and he's acting like he knows how to run an NBA team. These fans have been fans for a long time in this city. That's all they have. This is they've got soccer too, but this is their bread and butter that they've had forever. And he's coming in there and he's laying off people and he's cutting budgets and he's doing this. And now a guy like Kevin Calabro, who used to be the Sonics play-by-play guy, he is very beloved there. And it's become so bad in Portland that he had to say, I can't come back on this salary.
Yeah.
And I can't even believe we're coming to this with this. I can't even say the words I want to about this owner. I am so fuming.
I don't.
But no, he had to do what he needed to do.
As the NBA, as Adam Silver, as PR in the NBA, how do you support?
I don't know.
Someone who bought one of 30 prestigious franchises and is going in there and just giving the middle finger to everything about that franchise that makes it authentic.
It's sad.
It's disrespectful. It's tone deaf. It's blatant. Like every stereotype that somebody has about that rich a-hole that just thinks that because they have a lot of money or they were born on third base or whatever, and I don't know his background. I have no idea how he's a self-made. I have no clue, but I don't care. I know you own the team, but I personally feel that you do not have the right, just because of the amount of money that you have, to treat things the way that he's treating the Portland Trail Blazers organization. Whether it's talking to other coaches behind Thiago Splitter's back while he's actively coaching in the playoffs, to cutting staff left and right and lowballing and undermining people that are still trying to be there to keep their job. It's just gross, man. It's just really, really gross and really unfortunate. We're not talking about your local job. We're talking about one of 30 multi-million, if not billion-dollar enterprises in the National Basketball Association. And this guy is coming in there and treating it like he's flipping a house. It's gross, and I don't like it, and I wish the NBA would say something or do something about it, but they're not going to, of course. We'll take the break. When we come back for lunch break, LeBron James's decision is reaching kind of a new level of diva status. Plus, Brian Windhorst weighs in on one thing that LeBron is not going to do, and it has to do with the oopsie mistake by the Miami Heat and their YouTube press conference broadcast leak thing that we talked about yesterday. We'll talk about LeBron James when we come back. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get as loud as you can for Monster Jam!
The one and only Monster Jam. Packed with stunts, smiles, and jaw-dropping skills. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more. Only at Monster Jam. Coming to Golden One Center August 15th and 16th. Brought to you by BKT Tires and Morgan & Morgan. Specially priced Saturday night tickets available.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good?
It's Alan Styles. With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason. Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
When your round is going bad, it seems like nothing works. So the So-So Golfer offers 6 tips to save the bad round. First, forget about working on swing mechanics. That creates headworms. Second, tee off with what's working. If your driver isn't working, use a club that does. A 7-iron in the fairway is better than a lost ball. Third, play shots you know how to play. If your second shot looks like a big fade around a tree in the fairway and you just never practice that shot, leave it alone. Take your medicine and hit it back in the fairway. Don't overcomplicate the task at hand. If a simple bump and run will get your ball to the flag, don't try a flop shot that might only catch your buddy in the teeth. And don't give up. It's okay to get upset after a bad shot, but Tiger Woods gives himself 10 paces to vent, and then it's done. Good advice there. And most of all, have fun. It's a game. Remember, you'll have lots of time on the range to work out all those shot frustrations you find on the course. Smile, tip your hat, and get on to the next shot. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR for loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR.
Maida Subaru says yes to big savings on the new Subaru you want during the sizzling summer sales event on now. Visit MaidaSubaru.com today for special spring savings on over 225 new and certified pre-owned Subarus.
Made a great deal at Maida. KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. It's time for the lunch break. Your calls, your thoughts, your segment. Call or text us at 916-339-1140. It's the lunch break on Matt and Kayla.
Kayla, yesterday when we were talking about this LeBron James decision saga that, hey, just keeps giving us life.
Yeah.
Take your time, LeBron. There's nothing else going on, so keep it going, my friend. We were talking about the reports and rumors of Adam Silver, Commissioner Adam Silver, going, hey, LeBron, like, let's get this moving a little bit.
Speed it up there.
And I mean, I won't speak for you. I was very much, rarely am I on, like, the side of LeBron James with his very dramatic antics and showmanship, because this is who LeBron is. And I'm not surprised by it at all. But for Commissioner Silver to be like, hey, blah, 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 not gonna, I was very much on Team LeBron with the, like, okay, Commissioner Silver, get out of there. Now, very quickly, I've gotten back to, okay, now I'm annoyed by LeBron again.
Right. It's not like you have to like Commissioner Silver, what he said. Yeah. But, yeah, LeBron always can find a way to get you annoyed again. But, yeah, I was on the side of LeBron a little bit more at first, too. More so just the side of, like, Silver, shut up, because it's benefiting your league right now. As much as people get nauseous in terms of the LeBron James news, it still helps.
Well, there was a reporter named Andy Baskin out of...
Yeah, I know Andy. Yeah. I worked with Andy.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Out of Cleveland.
He does radio.
Who says that LeBron is irritated with Adam Silver pushing him for a decision. We knew that. We had heard about that yesterday. But we got more context that apparently LeBron James's camp was ready to make an announcement of where he was going to go last week. But then Adam Silver decided to try and rush it, so they're going full petty, and they're making us wait some more.
Of course. Of course. Doesn't that just
Hell yeah, LeBron.
Doesn't that just add to LeBron's documentary that he is currently in the works
You want to
with?
rush me?
Yeah, and it's going to be the whole like behind the scenes. Oh, Adam Silver wants to say that talking to Rich Paul, that I need to hurry up.
You're going to rush the king?
Yeah, I can just see this a full production.
The king moves at his own speed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, part of me kind of likes that, but also it's like, yep, that's very peak LeBron James. But then there's this stuff that's coming out. First and foremost, this is the latest report from Kevin O'Connor, which mixed feelings I know in the city about Kevin O'Connor, but he does good work at Yahoo.
Yeah.
LeBron James is reportedly slow playing his decision to see if any of the potential suitors would trade for either Anthony Davis or Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Hey, Warriors, you want me? Bring in AD. Hey, Miami, I know you just traded for Giannis. You want me? Bring in Kyrie.
Dude.
And apparently what's funny is it sounds like the Wizards are not open to trading AD, and the Mavericks are not open to trading Kyrie. So what are we doing here?
This is fascinating. That this is where I do get very annoyed by LeBron. LeBron, I know you think you run the league, and in some ways you probably have made a lot of things happen because you partly do. But like, this is crazy that he is so now orchestrating to the point where he wants a particular player that can't necessarily leave a team right now without all these little other things happening. But he says this is what he wants and he's demanding it. Like, it's that important to play with AD and or Kyrie Irving. I thought the Golden Boys were enough. Like, can't you get enough out of Draymond Green and Steph Curry? But that's not enough. You got to have AD over there.
To Matt's point, do you think that it is him just trying to stall and giving a arbitrary reason to why he's stalling because he's just mad at it? It
could
like,
be.
He's just being petty.
Like, listen,
But,
yes,
but I think he just come out and say he's being petty.
No, I think there's definite pettiness to this, and it's not just LeBron. It's also Rich Paul. It's all like this is the whole thing. Like, they know they run the world. They know, what are they going to do to us? What can Adam Silver, what would the NBA, I dare you to do anything and say anything to LeBron James. I dare you. This is LeBron and his camp throwing their weight around a little bit. But also, hey, if I can play with my best buddies again, and if I can use this situation as any sort of leverage so that I can play with Kyrie or AD or both again,
right?
I'm going to do it. And I think it makes complete sense, even if it makes me want to roll my eyes. It makes complete sense for LeBron to do this. Hey, what would really boost your chances of getting me is if you got my buddies in there and got my buddies on board. Hell, like Kawhi Leonard kind of low-key did the same thing with Paul George in the Clippers. Hey, go out and get Paul George. That would help me stick around in L.A. The Clippers did it. They sent SGA and a bunch of picks to OKC in the process. Didn't really work out for them, but I mean, Kawhi kind of did it. Like, it makes sense for players to do this, but I also would not blame. It sounds like the Warriors are like, okay, fine, we'll find a way to get AD. But other than that, like, I don't think the Cavs and Heat are lining up to use whatever assets that they have left to bring in one of these older players just to bring in 42-year-old LeBron.
I'll fight with you on one of those situations.
Oh, God.
The Cavs.
I'll lose.
The Cavs. Just for the fact that it is more than about basketball on the floor there for the Cavs.
I disagree.
I don't know, Matt. It is next level up there.
I disagree. The Cavs are not going to choose LeBron over a championship. They're not.
But I feel like they can if they get him there and they figure out some ways to, maybe in the future it's going to hurt them.
Sure,
but
maybe.
they might have the opportunity right now. I still think that they will do probably anything they can to try to get LeBron there.
Well, I guess it depends in theory on what.
Right. It'd have to be something that maybe.
So I'm looking at their future draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a 2027 pick. They have their 2028 pick, which they can't trade because they also don't have their 2029 pick.
So they don't have a lot of assets. Yeah.
They could use their 2031 first, maybe, to go and get like an Anthony Davis or whatever.
Right.
But in addition to that, you also have to financially make it work. And I don't remember Anthony Davis's contract, but I don't believe it's very low. So now you're talking about, okay, do I have to give up James Harden?
Well, that's what I was thinking.
I don't think. Well, James Harden isn't he signing a less money deal in order to give them the flexibility to go out and get other people?
I couldn't remember what that.
Yeah, Anthony Davis. Geez, Louise. Anthony Davis is making $58.4 million on the Wizards this year, and then has a $62.7 million player option.
Last year?
Yeah, exactly. Why in the hell?
I don't get that
to
either
bring
with
in
LeBron. I don't get.
Why in the hell would the Cavs use Evan Mobley or use Jarrett Allen and James Harden financially to bring in Anthony Davis so that they could attract 42? Oh, the King is back. He's home, but he's 42 years old and you're not going to win.
But why does LeBron want to do that?
Because he wants to play with his buddies.
I know, then go to Golden Boys. I just think it's.
He wants to win with his buddies, I should say.
But it's kind of stupid because everywhere he goes, you're pigeonholing yourself by doing something like this.
Yeah,
by saying you're only going to play with Kyrie or AD come along with you.
But LeBron you're pigeonholing yourself, but you're pigeonholing yourself with me, so you win. Like, that's how LeBron's always been. I get what I want where I go.
This is just a next level.
This is who LeBron's always been.
It's a next level.
And it doesn't make him a bad
dude.
He's
not 20 anymore.
Exactly.
The bro is almost 50.
Exactly. So, again, going back to...
I'm exaggerating.
He's not. He's 42. Going back to your point, though, about, like, why in the world were the Cavs, who are legitimately in a championship window because of guys like Davion, Donovan Mitchell, and Evan Mobley, first and foremost, why would they use assets when they don't have a ton of them because they used some of them to get James Harden?
Right.
Why would they use assets to bring in a $58 million contract like Anthony Davis's just to bring in a 42-year-old when, in my opinion, that would lower, not increase their NBA Finals chances? And for the Miami Heat, just traded a boatload of assets, or at least a decent amount of assets, to get Giannis. So why would they do it again to get another player just to get LeBron for a year? It doesn't make sense.
To me, the only thing I can think of is like they truly get their kicks out of like seeing all of this revolve around
yes,
them. And
of course
seeing
they do.
like, oh, let's see if we can actually make something like this happen.
We're throwing our weight around.
Yeah, it's crazy to me though.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the Warriors would do it. The Warriors are like, okay, we'll find a way to get AD.
It does look like they're the team that would do the most.
But the Wizards are also like, we don't want to trade AD. And also, what the hell do the Warriors have for AD? No, we're not doing that.
But I don't think AD is that valuable at this point.
I don't think so either. And his contract is going to be hard as hell to move. But LeBron wants him or wants to play with him again.
Wouldn't Washington want to try to?
Well, like if LeBron James is 26 years old in his prime, then you do it and figure it out later. You get what he wants and you figure it out later. He's not anymore.
Yeah.
LeBron James, if LeBron goes to Cleveland and plays with Mobley and Mitchell and Harden, he's arguably at the absolute best number 2 there, and that's on an irregular basis, and most of the time is number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If he goes to Miami, he's at best number 2 there and sometimes number 3.
Yeah.
He goes to Golden State, he's probably firmly number 2 there behind Steph.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he'd really drop to 3, but I also don't think the Warriors would be title contenders with LeBron James. I've said that, even though I want to see it because it would be fun. Like, it's just where we're at with LeBron. So going back to your question, Anthony, I think there is definitely an element of this gives him an excuse to stall a little bit and to be petty.
Yeah, I think it's super petty.
I also do think, hey, if I have a chance to play with my buddies again, I'm going to try and make it happen.
Jimmy Butler and Anthony Davis work money-wise, just a straight-up swap.
But why would the Wizards, in their minds, ever do that? The Wizards are trying to win.
It's one less year of that giant contract. That's it.
Sure.
I don't think they would, but that's like a reason you can give out there.
The Wizards are trying to legitimately, and I get that. You could open up your money a little bit sooner, but I genuinely think the Wizards, they acquired AD. They did that at the trade dedeadline last year.
I still didn't like that move.
It came out of nowhere, but they did it because Trae Young. Now they have Sarr there. Now they've just added AJ DeBonsa. Like the Wizards are genuinely trying to put themselves in a position where they're a playoff team this year. Will they win? I don't think they're better than the Knicks. I don't think they're better than Boston. I don't think they're better than most of the teams in the East that are really like juggernauts. But they want to be in the conversation now. Mm-hmm. And 2 years of Anthony Davis, who knows by the end of it where they're going to be at. They just gave that contract to Trae freaking Young, for God's sake. They're clearly going for it, which I admire. I appreciate. They're actually going for it. And they got the number 1 overall pick in addition to it. Like a trade like that would be silly for them to make for a, no disrespect to Jimmy, broken Jimmy, who we have no idea what he's going to be when he comes back.
But we also don't know when AD's playing.
I know. I think I trust what a sentence. I think I trust AD more than Jimmy Butler right now.
Yeah, and
AD
that's
didn't have his. What happened to Jimmy? His Achilles blew up. What? I don't even remember what happened to Jimmy.
So.
It was his Achilles, I believe, which we've seen people come back from.
Goodness gracious! But
ACL.
ACL.
Oh, okay,
thank you.
Yeah.
There's another element to this.
Oh God, how many tentacles are on this thing?
Oh, it's a very, very big octopus.
Goodness.
We talked about it yesterday. The blubber. See, you've got tentacles on the mind now. The blunder. That's the word. The
there
blunder.
It is.
Leave me alone. The blunder by the Miami Heat social media team or digital team to accidentally go public on a pre-existing video that they made or live stream that they made. LeBron James's introductory press conference. Well, we joked would LeBron care about this at all? Brian Windhorst this morning. I'm not even going to set this up. Just enjoy.
As sports consumers and content creators than it does about the Heat. Because we're in this point right now where there's this dearth of information on the sports calendar, and there's this really kind of an irresponsible frothing at the mouth on this LeBron stuff. First off, I'll give a free piece of consulting to all the teams who think they're going to sign LeBron. There's not going to be an introductory press conference. You don't got to get it ready. After not 5, not 6, not 7, LeBron's done with introductory press conferences. He didn't do one when he came back to Cleveland. He didn't do one when he came to Los Angeles. And if he does one, it's going to be on his platforms. It's not.
If I sign with you, I ain't doing your stupid press conference.
Yeah.
Especially if I do a press conference, I'm going to do it in my, the barber shop or on Rich Paul's podcast. I'm going to do it on my terms. I'm not doing your press. I'm above that. I'm LeBron freaking James. This dude is such a showman, and part of me respects the hell out of it because it's LeBron James, and this is what the NBA is, and he's a master at it. And the other part of me is like, oh my God, why are we doing this in 2026? Yeah. It's 2026, and we're still doing this.
Yeah. First of all, that's hilarious by Winnie there.
Also, if he went to the Heat and did the not 5, not 6, not 7 again, it would be so funny. It would be so funny.
It does make me think now. And he's probably right. He hasn't done pressers in the last couple places. And especially now, if he does go to Miami, I'm sure he would do something to poke even fun at that being released and being a choke job by whatever social media intern put that out there. He'd definitely not be going on a platform there to do it. But he's right. I mean, LeBron James is going to do his own thing when it comes to wherever he goes and when he arrives there. I think it's too much. I think it's ridiculous. You're still in the league. You're still part of the NBA. You don't have your own league that you run. And you're 42 years old. Mm-hmm. You're not Wemby anymore.
No. I don't know if there's ever. I mean, I don't even in his. He's 41 to be fair.
I don't know.
He'll be 42 during this season.
Yeah, round it up.
He's 41.
It makes it sound better.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah, it just, come on now. This is ridiculous.
You want to come to Fantasyland with me really quick?
We've already been in it, this whole segment.
No, this is LeBron's world. It's very real. It's very real. Fantasyland, that's not Fantasyland. LeBron's world is very, very real. We've been living in it for 20 years. Fantasyland is, and this is beyond Fantasyland, but there's a point to this.
Mm-hmm.
The Sacramento Kings are one of the finalist teams. Like, they're there with Cleveland and Miami and Golden State and Philly to actually land him.
Oh, you're saying if they were.
Yeah, I'm talking. This is the fantasy
Okay,
land where
okay.
the Kings are legitimately right now in a position to bring in LeBron James at 41 years old. My question is, how far are you willing to go to make it happen? How many first-round picks are you using to bring in AD, or are you using to bring in Kyrie? Are you willing to part from Darius Acuff Jr. to make it happen? This is just a phantasmic exercise in what is LeBron James's value to any team simply because he's LeBron James at 41 years old in 2026.
I don't want him here.
I am the exact same
I don't
way.
want him here.
Outside of what the Kings were willing to part from for listen, bring Dario Saric and Devin Carter back. We'll give it to the Warriors for Kuminga, or we'll give them to someone to bring in AD for LeBron. Like, that's it. My point is, we've gone past the realm of looniness. For a 41-year-old, he's not washed. He's still very, very talented. But the name LeBron James has more value than the basketball player at this point.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And contenders are bidding for it.
Yeah. Well, but it's contenders. Let's make this clear. It's contenders that have some sort of history, have some sort of reasoning beyond basketball on the court.
Well, and Philly.
Yeah, and Philly.
And Philly.
That's right. And Philly. We'll
And
throw them in there.
Philly's like, hello, we're here too. Which might be his best destination to win if
This
you
is
want.
interesting. They're talking about Darius Acuff Jr. right now on NBA Today. Interested to see what they say
Say
on
nice
that.
things. Say nice things.
Please. But yeah, I'm sorry. I don't care to, first of all, don't want to deal with him. Like, and the divaness that comes around. Like, it's already hard to get access nowadays to teams you cover. Imagine if LeBron James was here at this point.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
It'd be a circus.
Yeah. I respect the hell out of LeBron, and I've been so blessed to be able to watch as much. I've seen probably 100 games in my life of LeBron in person.
Mhm.
Like, that's such a privilege.
Oh yeah.
And I don't care enough about the GOAT debate. LeBron versus Jordan and stuff. I just don't care about that. Like, Steph Curry is probably my favorite player I've ever watched in person as much as I have, but LeBron is definitely one of the most incredible athletes that we'll ever see. It's like the same thing with Shohei Ohtani. I put LeBron and Shohei just in that category of we just might not ever see a specimen like this again in terms of an athlete. But we're so, in my opinion, beyond the days of LeBron's decision mattering as much as it does. I want LeBron to go to Golden State for the entertainment value, not for him to win. I want LeBron to go to Miami so that every time we watch a Heat game, we can see videos of him and Dwayne Wade playing together and Chris Bosh playing together for the reminiscing, or Cleveland for the exact same reason. I don't want him to go to Philly because why? I don't want him to go to Minnesota because why? Like, LeBron, to me, is an entertainer at this point. That's what I'm looking for from this. And thank God we're being entertained by the dragged out decision process. But it's crazy to me that there is still legitimate conversation around what do you need to do to bring in LeBron financially or trade-wise, like he's still prime 26-year-old LeBron James, greatest player we've ever seen. It's crazy to me we're still talking about this in 2026. And that's a credit to him. He's that good. He's beaten Father Time more than anybody else has, maybe other than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well,
Tom wasn't running around much, though, in his later days.
That's true. Hey, do you, LeBron? Thanks for the content, my man. Keep it going. Don't worry about what Adam Silver says. Keep that pettiness rolling. We'll take the break. When we come back, Vic Tafur of The Athletic listed out one thought for every 49ers defensive player. What he wrote about Nick Bosa, especially Osa Odigizua, Mykel Williams, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, and Diamador Lenore, I want to read for you because all those I think are the best notes. But the Osa Odigizua note is my favorite. We'll talk about that when we come back. Plus, Kayla's 2-minute drill to come. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman's stainless steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number 1, I love it when they're local. Number 2, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner. Locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPfest.com.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 35, signing Deion Sanders.
After 5 very productive and highlight-filled seasons in Atlanta, Deion Sanders was a big-ticket NFL free agent. Deion signed a 1-year contract with the 49ers on September 15th of 94 for approximately $1.3 million. He chose the 49ers to pursue a Super Bowl title, which he did achieve. As they won the Super Bowl, he earned NFL Defensive Player of the Year honors for the 1994 season. For the year, he had 6 picks, 3 of them for touchdowns, including a memorable one against his former team, the Falcons, that he took back for a score for 93 yards.
Faithful Flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140. a.m. to 2 p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
This segment might be blown up already because I look over and JR's on hold. And normally anytime JR calls in, it's like, well,
something's gone crazy.
This could go literally anywhere. But you know what? JR, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here because I was listening, as I always do, to The Drive Guys. Great show. And I'm listening yesterday, and after Alan was hashing out his beef with Dave, going back at Dave,
I did hear this.
JR calls in, and JR wants, it's great radio, stuff like that is going at Dave too, all Team Alan. Slips a line in, thinks that we wouldn't notice, said, those in the midday show, they have a bunch of marshmallows over there, they're not involved. What's up with that, JR?
Hold on. Typical Alan, twisted the word, made me sound bad. I meant like a good marshmallow in the middle of 2 cookies.
I don't like marshmallows.
What?
Sorry.
Okay, well, creamy filling then.
Nope.
I'm sorry,
Hershey
Kayla.
bar.
Okay, well, the 2 rough cookies on the outside that nobody likes, what do they firstly do? You pull it apart and you go right to the creamy filling. That's what I meant by marshmallows. You guys are what people actually like.
He always gets
You're
me
the
back
reason
in.
they tune in.
I can't be mad. I can't be mad at JR. JR's like, I'm mad at him, and then he sweet talks me, and I'm right back in, man. I can't stay mad at JR.
But you guys keep those 2 like if they were back to back and they had to do a cross talk, they'd probably start fighting right there.
Yeah,
on the
they
table.
wouldn't do it.
Right?
JR,
So
we need.
You guys are awesome.
JR, we need a Kayla, Allen, and Dave show, though. We need one show, JR.
Yes, and Kayla, you got to wear that shirt because then you'd be like the lumberjack jumping in there.
Oh, yeah.
To chop some
I
wood.
got my axe right here.
You're ready,
to go.
girl. Take him down. And Alan acts like he's an ex-athlete. You could take him easily. Dave's just Big Bird, so you're covered. You don't listen to the old man and the athlete or the big bird and the bald man in the morning. I mean, let's go. You could take him, Kayla.
I think so, too. People underestimate me.
And you're much more knowledgeable on football than both those shows. So you got that. And Matt, you're way more knowledgeable on basketball. So
Look
you
at
guys are all
JR.
good.
Now it's too thick. He's laying on too thick now because I know he's lying. Now I know he's lying. There's no one smarter than Jason Ross. You know that.
Well, look at the head on that guy. Of course he's got the biggest brain in the show. Can't even see the sun when he's in front of me. Anyway, great show. Thought I'd clear that up before you jumped on it because I know, Matt, you were listening. I didn't want it to be, I didn't want Alan to gaslamp me.
Gaslamp.
All right. See you guys.
Hey,
appreciate
That's
you.
so funny. He got ahead of it, man.
Listen, I'm simple. I told you I got my 2 love languages. One of my
simple sometimes.
Stop.
Wait a second.
Stop. Let me talk about myself, like the only child center of the universe that I am.
I'm
Kayla.
simple. I live the simple life.
Okay.
Pinkies up.
Oh, I do drink with pinkies up sometimes.
I do too.
Just makes you feel.
I do too. If you ever watch me on the chat.
Sophisticated.
Yeah.
My love languages are words of affirmation and physical touch. Now, I don't want JR to physically touch me, but the words of affirmation get me right back in, baby. I was mad at him. He just throws a few compliments my way.
And you're ready to go.
Right back in. Bat the eyelashes a little bit. I'm in.
So then what's your lovely wife then? What's her? Because this is where usually it's opposite.
Yeah.
And usually the problem sometimes with never getting on the same page is because your love languages, you don't know each other's love languages, or you're not willing to accept.
Or just opposites attract all the time. All the time.
So
it's
is hers like
introverts and extroverts
gifts?
are always together? No, hers is quality time, which I like.
Yeah.
Quality time's good. And acts of service.
Yeah, that's like gift.
Bum, bum,
yeah,
bum.
acts of service, like gifts.
No,
and stuff.
gifts is different.
Wait, what do you mean?
Acts of no.
Okay, what is
Gift
acts
giving,
of service then?
Gift. It's
what
exactly
the hell
what it
is
says.
Acts of service.
So gift giving is I like to give and receive gifts. It's one way that I express my love and appreciation. Acts of service is what are you doing for me? That's acts of service. Now it doesn't have to be as extreme as people
like
make it sound.
Mowing the lawn.
Like taking care of me, making me breakfast, doing some chores to take my wife's favorite words. Oh, she's listening. I'm cooked. My wife's favorite words are mental load, like taking the mental load off of me and stuff like that. Every man listening right now probably knows exactly what I'm talking about here. Shout out Kimberly too in the comment section. She's going to start coming at me too. But yes, the acts of service is very much her love language. And she is a teacher. She comes from the foster care system. She was not a foster kid, but she her family, her biological family, adopted adopted one and then fostered a bunch of kids. So her saying is she has 100 brothers and sisters. Yeah. And she works as a special education teacher to where she has to deal with a lot on a daily basis, and even kids, teachers just get touched all the time and stuff. So touchy Matt George over here. Give me hugs, give me kisses. And she's like, get away from me. And then words of affirmation. My wife is mean. And
good. I feel better.
She's very much like, I would.
He acts like this has been a surprise with me on the show for 6 months.
I would never, ever, ever even remotely try to wingman for Kayla Anderson or set Kayla Anderson up in any capacity because I don't want to die. But if I were to, I would never in a million years set Kayla Anderson up with anybody with the words of affirmation love language. Because you ain't getting them. You're getting the words of shut the F up or I'll kill you. That's what you're getting from Kayla Anderson.
Oh my God.
And while my wife's not totally that, my wife can be that way.
I like to give gifts, and they don't have to be big gifts. They can be cards. They can be cards with words. Like I guess I'm words of affirmation. Actually, I am.
Well, to you.
No.
When your love language is words of affirmation, a lot of it means like being said.
No, I like doing that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Not on the show.
I might call cap, but
no. I like to like give gifts and like do things nice for people because I know what they like, and I'll just like be like, oh, this is something that you like.
Gift giving, I could believe.
No, physical touch. I don't like PDA.
You want to punch people. My wife's the same way. No PDA.
No PDA. No, that doesn't mean in other parts of life.
Stop while you're ahead.
No PDA.
Stop while you're ahead. I promise you were never, ever, ever talking about a man the way you talk to Red.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Yeah, never.
Let's see what he's doing. My voice changes whenever I talk to Red.
I'm very aware.
Should I talk to you like that?
Ew. Absolutely not.
Hey, Maddie.
For 4 hours every day.
What's you doing, Maddie?
No, I'll leave.
He's a good boy. Oh my God.
I will
Red's
leave.
head is turning.
Yes, because you're confusing the poor dog. Leave him alone. Anyway, can I just read the one thing that Vic Tafer wrote about Osa Odigizua that actually kind of got me excited? And I think you being a Osa Odigizua fan, you'll feel the same way.
Let's go.
Vic Tafer writes this. It's very short, but I think it contains a lot. The former Dallas Cowboy was the team's second best addition after Mike Evans. And the gap shooter feels like the, quote, handcuffs are being taken off from what he was asked to do in Dallas.
Let's go. Well, that's because he's free of Jerry Jones, baby.
Well, that's true, too. But I read that as I am free to see quarterback, get quarterback.
Yep.
That's what he's being brought into San Francisco to do. And the Niners desperately need it.
I'm excited I really, truly am excited to watch what he can do. And by the way, that's my favorite signing in the offseason. Y'all know my thoughts on Mike. Mike, that's fine. You prove it to me. But Osa's my favorite.
Yeah. What are your love languages? 916-339-1140. Welcome into the love hour, I guess, on Sactown Sports.
Love doctor is in.
Never do that
With
again.
the lumberjack.
Yes, Anthony. Yes.
It's my first buzz.
Good.
You know, you've been shooting pretty well.
Golly, man.
That one just didn't make it.
I was going for a perfect week, Anthony.
Sorry.
Kayla's 2-minute drill is next, including
I'll earn it back.
paid like the guy that he is. It's official.
Oh, boy.
The dotted line is signed. The future of Raider Nation couldn't be brighter. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
And this is Red looking at you.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
California's calling. Sun-soaked coasts, forest trails, and fun-filled city nights. With 21 hybrid and electrified Toyota models, there's a ride made for your life. Score summer deals on the 50 MPG Corolla Hybrid and the 51 MPG Camry. Or get 0% APR plus finance cash on the all-electric BZ. Go farther and spend less this summer with Toyota's hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and all-electric EVs. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit and cannot be combined with other offers. Ends 8/3/26.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So, I need hamburgers, sodas, ice, and a DJ.
A DJ?
Relax, Pa. With T-Mobile, we're saving when we bundle home internet and phone lines.
Oh, wow! Here to bundle and save big. Stay connected con tu gente with 4 lines from T-Mobile with fast, easy-to-set-up 5G home internet and save up to $1,000 a year. Switch now on T-Mobile.com/conectate. Savings based on 3rd line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans. Visit T-Mobile.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Have you seen The Odyssey at the Esquire IMAX Theater? Director Christopher Nolan shot every frame entirely on 1570 IMAX film, and Sacramento's Esquire IMAX Theater is one of only 40 theaters in the world showing The Odyssey in brand new IMAX film technology, as Nolan intended his epic film to be seen in IMAX format.
No one could stand between me and home, not even the gods.
See The Odyssey for the first time or again, and lock in your seats for the best movie experience only at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Bring the entire family out to Sutter Health Park for Sacramento River Cats baseball. From exciting action on the field to smiles in the stands, it's the perfect place to make family memories. Plan your next family night out at the ballpark. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
It's time for the 2-minute drill. Kayla Anderson has the ball, and she's taking us around the world of football. It's Kayla's 2-minute drill on Matt and Kayla.
Let's do it, Kayla. Get to it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about my co-host's favorite man in the whole world, Mr. Money Mendoza.
The Savior. All hail the Raiders' deliverer. The one who will bring winning.
All right, that's enough.
Okay.
First overall pick, quarterback Fernando Mendoza has signed. Yes, he has actually signed his rookie contract with the Las Vegas Raiders. That happened today.
Step one.
Yeah, step one. You're right. Baby steps here. He signed a 4-year, $57.27 million fully guaranteed contract with a 5th-year option.
Nice.
And obviously the big question this year, and they've got the picture of him, he's putting on the cap, signing the paper and all that stuff. Obviously the question this year is, what the heck will he be doing on this Raiders team? So you've got some people that truly think he will not start this season unless there's an injury to Kirk Cousins. And then you have people thinking, oh, well, reportedly he's going to take first-team reps.
Good.
And does that mean that he very well could actually be starting at some point?
Yes.
Or maybe starting the season? It's all over the place, man.
I-
Take your bets now.
He's not going to start the season as the quarterback, and that's the right move. Kirk Cousins will. Fernando Mendoza will be the starting quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders at some point this season. And if he's not, stupid. Stupid!
You called it week 8?
No, week 8 is against the Jets, so that would be a great game. But at least by week 9.
9, okay.
Because that's Raiders, Niners.
That's right.
Levi Stadium, and I want to be there.
That would be pretty cool. Okay, moving on to not so fast Cheetah. That's right. We're all used to who he used to be in the Cheetah and Tyreek Hill. I don't know what's going to happen with his NFL future, and neither does he, because Tyreek Hill, this is him saying this, by the way, he says that he has still no power in that recovering left leg. Here's the thing. He is a free agent, so he's out there, but he's a long way from returning to the NFL, is what he said. He's posted some YouTube videos. You can see him kind of working out. He dislocated and pulled multiple ligaments in that I don't know, left leg, yeah. And that was in week 4 of last year. So it has been a minute, and he is still recovering. My bets are at best, guys. I think maybe towards the end of this season, if there's like injuries, which there always are, and there's a need to bring in somebody like this, and he's recovered by that time, maybe you add him. But man, he could be probably done.
I don't think Tyreek Hill is going to be on a roster to start this season.
Not to start the season.
If he gets to a point where, hey, he's good to go, I would not be surprised in the middle of the season to get that story. Hey, Tyreek Hill is working out for this team and that team and this team. And then if he signs a contract, I would like to believe that we have not seen the last of Tyreek Hill in the NFL. I think at the Tyreek Hill we know and love, we've seen the last of. But I think Tyreek will probably end up on a team at some point this season. But I do believe the season will begin with Tyreek still in free agency.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
I think he'll eventually end up on a team too. It's just, like you said, we're not going to probably see the Tyreek of old, the cheetah of old. All right. Tepper Peppers a little more. So if you guys don't know, Carol, golly, man. If you clap one more time, I'm going to freaking throw my water bottle at you. Quit antagonizing him. Thank you. All right, Carolina Panthers owner
Sorry.
David Tepper is investing an additional, by the way, David Tepper, he's a weird one and a not so nice one. But anyway, this is nice. He's investing additional $500 million into the ongoing stadium renovations to improve overall fan experience. With, of course, there's a reason why. Why are you laughing?
Tepper Peppers a little more. What the hell does that even mean?
A little more money. What do you mean? It's great.
The confidence. You said it.
Tepper Peppers a little more money. Of course, though, this is why, guys. Because he's trying to bring the Super Bowl there in 2031. So, of course, there's other things to bring along with it. By the way, that stadium is so old and so run down. You know what you're doing right now, because the next segment that's you're gonna feature and you're going to bring in, I'm going to literally demolish it.
I think that it's gotten better over time. I think that the joke's like aging.
What joke?
Because we're laughing.
Tepper Peppers
Yeah,
a little more.
I
All right, turn it around. Give me a ding. Give me a ding.
Tepper Peppers a little more. What the hell does that even mean? It's like a trash-ass nursery
What
rhyme.
do you mean? What does it mean?
Tepper Peppers picked up pack of pickled peppers.
Tepper Peppers a little more. Back to the drawing board with that one, Anderson.
Oh, my God. I think it's pretty brilliant. All right, we'll bring back another one, an old one, but an updated story on it. A little Eminworry? Question mark?
Stupid.
Yes!
No, it sucks.
I like
back,
this one.
Baby.
No.
I'm back. All right, so earlier in the week, I had mentioned that Nick Eminworry of the Seattle Seahawks, of course.
I keep looking at it. It's funny. I'm sorry. You're being...
Looking at what?
Tepper Peppers.
See, you like it.
No, it's terrible. It's so bad. It's funny to me.
Oh, my God. The standout safety for the Seahawks is expected to miss time in training camp because he had that right ankle surgery. But good thing is he's going to be ready by week 1. So sorry, NFC West
sorry.
opponents. They're going to have their top safety back there to start the season.
Damn it. No more Eminworry or whatever.
Well, there always are updates. Like I had on the replacements. I think we got up to replacement 7.
9? Was it only 7? God, it felt like more than that.
Maybe it was.
Thank God we didn't have to deal with that anymore.
But I'm definitely going to bring back the update on Tepper Peppers, pick a pepper. That's definitely coming back.
Tepper Peppers.
Pepper's a little less.
Sounds like
next time.
A name you would...
A little less.
Something you'd name like a hamster. You're a Tepper Peppers.
He's going to name his next cat that.
No.
Here, Mr. Tepper.
Tepper Peppers. Oh, God, I don't know why that got me. It's just it's like the alliteration of it.
It
I don't
is.
know. It's just, I feel...
I'm a big alliteration person.
Yesterday,
well, that's not alliteration.
you got mad at me for laughing at one of them yesterday like that. That was like my exact reaction.
No, I'm laughing at the stupidity of it. You're laughing because you liked it.
I mean, like, you can like the, like, it's unserious, you know?
And it's supposed to be, unless, like yesterday there was an injury and I didn't do a starting thing for that. This is...
Sorry.
You're going to return from break and there's not going to be a Matt Jordan in the studio.
She's going to Tepper Pepper me.
Yeah, I've got pepper spray right here.
What?
Yep. Where's my bag?
Of course, your cover. It's right in front of you.
Actually, I left my keys. The other keys that have them.
I don't.
But anyways, I have some pepper spray.
Prove it.
It's in the car.
Well, that doesn't help you right now, does it?
No.
What if we were to be attacked right now?
Oh, there's plenty of items to throw, including that trophy that we no longer use. By the way, you have an explanation. You have some explaining to do, Matt George.
Why?
Because the mini-series, poof.
I'm sorry.
The mini-series, poof.
Well, first and foremost.
Is no longer here.
First and foremost,
there was no explanation.
Stop it.
No explanation.
Stop it. We had 97 different producers last week, so how could we play the game? And then this week, we were supposed to, but then other things happened.
No.
I'm sorry. Would you like it back?
You're going to really let down these listeners.
Y'all complained every day about the segment, and the segment's gone, and now you're whining about I'm an 8-time champ, you're a 3-time champ.
And
you're
that's why.
cooked.
See, that's why.
I could give you
stopped it before I had a chance.
You never
to make
had
a Boston
chance.
Red Sox comeback.
Were you winning?
No.
I could have won 8-2.
You're down.
I could have won.
Bro, what did the Red Sox just do? There's plenty of weeks to go.
You're cooked.
And
it's
instead,
over.
He washed it away.
8-time champion.
He washed it away. And I'm the 8-time champion. I created the game, but we're not finishing it.
Go give your Emmy a kiss.
I do every morning, baby.
When we come back, Brock Purdy this, Brock Purdy that. A bunch of different numbers and stories involving Brock Purdy and Tepper Peppers right here on Sactown Sports.
Did NBA Summer League make you feel better or worse about the directions the Kings are trending this season?
I actually feel worse. Really? I do. Every team that the Kings played had just a couple first-rounders hanging around that are now 22 years old, starting to find their way. And we were having to not make excuses, but explain why the Kings are losing these games. And these are teams that also have better, more cohesive vets that weren't even there.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Gold Rush Classic is a celebrity pro-am golf tournament, a $1 million hole-in-one, a celebrity skins game, a draft party, and a concert under the stars. The Gold Rush Classic raises money for Jordan's Guardian Angels, Make-A-Wish, First Tee of Sacramento, local youth, sports, and other worthwhile children's charities. The Gold Rush Classic takes place on August 6th and 7th in Rancho Murrieta. Join the fun, raise money for charity, and play golf with basketball royalty like Reggie Theus, Kenny Thomas, Olden Polynice, or Greg Ostertag. Or if you like football, we have Lloyd, Merriweather, Sharp, Schumann, and OK Baseball. What do you like? We have those guys too. Jesse Orozco, Frank Arroyo, Jim Barr, Greg Vaughn, and others. Sponsorships are still available at goldrushclassic.org. The Gold Rush Classic is sponsored by Atkins Family Vineyards and the Sheldon Inn on Elk Grove. They're the perfect pairing for any occasion. For sponsorship information, visit goldrushclassic.org.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see, the new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a social media manager.
Did you just post our Q4 earnings to your personal social media?
Oh yeah, used the trending audio and everything.
That's confidential financial data.
Relax. It only went a little viral.
The SEC just commented with the eyeball watching emoji.
This is the job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Remember when a driving range was just a driving range? Yeah, Hagen Oaks doesn't remember either. Reserve one of 3 top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. at HagenOaks.com. Only 3 bays are reservable, while the rest of the range remains open for walk-ups. Play virtual golf, then grab food, drinks, and a seat in front of the TVs at the hangout. Throw in live music, and suddenly your quick stop at the range turns into hours of fun. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Side effects may include laughter, bragging rights, and one friend insisting he would have won if the wind wasn't blowing.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
You can tell we're getting close to fantasy football time because now all of these very in the weeds analytics, stats, and numbers are coming out in regards to football. And of course, that means a lot of in the weeds analytics, stats, and numbers about quarterbacks.
Right.
Earlier in the week, I read a couple stats that talked about how much better Brock Purdy was at big downfield passes and plays than Mac Jones last season, and what was the other number? Brock Purdy.
It was his pressure.
Yeah, how good he was outside of the pocket or something, or like extending plays when facing pressure.
When facing pressure, yeah.
Yeah. I have a couple more numbers for you. One is a good number and one is kind of a bad number.
Okay.
But that's also after this article that PFF, Pro Football Focus, put out ranking the most valuable non-first round picks since 2016. Number 1 is Mr. Irrelevant himself, Brock Purdy. The excerpt is, the odds of finding a franchise quarterback outside of the first round are already very slim, but landing one with the last pick in the draft is an extreme statistical anomaly. Yet that's what the Niners pulled off when they took Purdy 4 years ago. Since his debut in 2002, the former Mr. Irrelevant has gone from sleeper to outright star. Over the last 4 years, Purdy ranks 9th in PFF's passing grade, and his 60 turnover-worthy plays are tied for the 9th fewest. The Iowa State alum has been exceptional at avoiding negatives altogether, as his career pressure-to-sack ratio sits at an excellent 13.4%. Awarded a 5-year, $265 million extension last season, Purdy is already one of the greatest day 3 picks in league history, presenting the 49ers with nearly unprecedented surplus value at the sport's most paramount position.
I'm telling you right now, I don't know if I've seen more pumping up positive, whatever you want to label it as, that's not negative about Brock Purdy leading up to this training camp and to this regular season. I don't know if I've ever heard as much as I have this offseason. I mean, it is just one thing after another of and it's fine, but I also wonder, are we overdoing the value of Brock Purdy at this point when he really needs to just prove that he can stay on the field for them? Because it's just like everywhere I look, it's some sort of defying odds. I'm best numbers in here. And season to come. It's just crazy everywhere I look. I would have thought, coming off of last season and having not played a lot of games, that it would have been more like, the storylines would have been more like having to prove that he can stay healthy. A big part that we need to actually see come into fruition. You know, those were not the headlines. The headlines were all positive, and I do kind of wonder, where is that all coming from? Like, are we living in a little bit of an unrealistic land when it comes to Brock Purdy, or are we still just thinking that, like, he can still get there because he's with Kyle Shanahan and he's got new weapons?
I think a lot of people are just looking at the NFC West as a division and the three-team race in the NFC West, and even outside of being a fan of those three teams, like, that race is going to be national spotlight story. Like, every single week on Good Morning Football and on the pregame shows every Sunday morning or whatever, there's going to be talk about the race for that division.
Right.
And so I think right now, when we're in kind of the hype-building mode for the NFL season, everybody's looking at those three teams, and it's, well, for the Rams, it's, oh, my goodness, look at the acquisition of Myles Garrett, and maybe Aaron Donald can make a return. Then you have the defending champion Seattle Seahawks. JSN speaks for itself. And then you have on the Niners, it's like, okay, what is it? Well, it's the Mike Evans acquisition. Oh, that's kind of cool, but it's Brock Purdy. Like, Brock Purdy is the story of the Niners as Mr. Irrelevant. And what I've thought about is, like, correct me if I'm wrong here, Tom Brady is probably like the best NFL draft story of all time, right? Becoming the greatest of all time from being drafted in, what round was he? The fifth round, sixth round, something like that? Like, he's I think largely considered to be, if you were to rank the best NFL draft stories, Tom Brady's probably number one. Probably. Sure. Brock Purdy has a lot of winning to do to surpass Tom, but I wonder, just being Mr. Irrelevant, how much Brock is already in the conversation.
You know what's funny about that, though? I'm not disregarding what you said. I think that that's very true. They both landed in really good spots.
Absolutely. That's
really good spots.
No doubt.
I mean, Tom Brady comes in where he had Drew freaking Bledsoe in front of him.
Yep.
And from a guy like, love him or hate him, Belichick is a great coach. And, like, he was in a great organization. He comes in here in terms of Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant. Now, that is definitely defying odds. That does not happen often. Maybe with a punter or a kicker once in a while at that Mr. Irrelevant spot, but rarely, never have we seen like a quarterback like this. So, but he comes into a very successful organization, very stable organization, great coach that can set him up for success.
And then first and second stringers go down.
Right. It's just, that is actually fascinating.
Yeah. With
those two scenarios that you just mentioned.
Right place, right time.
Yeah. And that does help.
Yeah.
That definitely does help.
PFF's some other noteworthy names on here that are considered to be like the best, highest value non-first round picks in NFL draft history since 2016. Number 3 is Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
Number 4.
Where was his value?
He was drafted 165th, which is what round? I don't know. 165th in 2016 by the Kansas City Chiefs. Dak Prescott.
He was
number 4, drafted with the 135th pick. Dak Prescott's obviously
I remember that.
highest paid franchise quarterback for the Dallas Mavericks.
Tyreek Hill was a 5th round pick, so that's pretty good.
I just said Dallas Mavericks. I meant Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, that's 5th round. Yeah. Puka Nacua for the LA Rams.
I mentioned him yesterday.
Yep, the 179th pick. Here's another Niner, George Kittle, picked with the 146th pick.
Out of Iowa.
Here's another Niner, Fred Warner, picked with the 70th pick.
Yeah, that's a biggie.
Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Lions, he was the 113th pick. Max Crosby, the 106th pick. People forget Max Crosby was drafted.
I think I forgot about that one.
Yeah, well, he was drafted the year that the Raiders did Hard Knocks, if I'm not mistaken. Because everybody's talking about Antonio Brown, and who's this Max Crosby kid that's coming in here and just going to war every snap.
Right.
Yeah, Max Crosby.
They were worried about Antonio freezing his feet off.
And then number 10 out of the top 10, Trey Hendrickson from the Baltimore Ravens.
Now, what was his pick at?
103rd.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. It's a really good one.
A.J. Brown,
Yeah, I
was
knew
the
that one.
51st pick by the
Yep.
Titans.
Mhm.
Derrick Henry, the 45th pick by the Titans. Yeah.
Can't believe I
Jalen
mentioned
Hurts, the 53rd pick. So we've had a significant amount of
Right.
high value picks.
But you get why Purdy's at the top because
Of course.
he was the end of the draft.
Yeah, you can't beat Mr. Relevant
No.
becoming your starter and franchise
No.
quarterback. You can't beat that. I completely
That's incredible.
Completely agree with those rankings. But here's a couple numbers for you. One's a good number and one's a bad number. This is kind of building off of some of the numbers we already talked about a couple days ago.
Mhm.
This is a chart, and I'm going to show it to you. Sorry, listeners, I obviously can't show it to you. But it's called Bring the House, Pay the Price, essentially. And what it tracks is a standard rush versus a blitz.
Okay.
How a quarterback performs in terms of efficiency. What you'll notice is some of these dots, like players are more efficient, like Jordan Love is
Yeah.
actually more efficient, and so is Drake May versus the rush or versus a blitz
Versus a
than a
blitz?
standard rush.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy has a bit of a drop off
When what? When facing
the blitz.
Yeah.
But versus a standard rush, out of all these quarterbacks, which are all of the top quarterbacks in
Yeah.
the league, no one is more efficient against the standard rush than Brock
Then
Purdy
Brock
was.
Purdy. Okay.
And when he is blitzed, he's still more efficient than over half the quarterbacks in the NBA or NFL
that's
with
impressive.
the standard rush.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Like, I'll just compare it to Josh Allen, for example. Josh Allen is slightly better against the blitz than a standard rush. Brock Purdy is, I just want to make sure this is correct. Yeah.
By the way, this is like little dots and lines.
Yeah, it's
for
very
the listening
it's,
audience.
It's a weird graph.
It's interesting.
Brock Purdy is better against the blitz, and remember, he's way better against the standard rush
Yeah.
than he is against the blitz. But Brock Purdy is better against the blitz and more efficient against the blitz statistically than Josh Allen is against both a blitz and a standard rush. Like, that's how good Brock has been. Brock does not really fold under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
When a rush comes, a blitz comes, he handles it. He's
And
comfortable.
Josh moves. Josh is obviously he can use his legs.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And it's not like Brock can't, but Josh sometimes decides I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it is impressive because as long as though the line can give him just enough time, he gets the ball out pretty quick.
He does.
Which is very impressive. But that's one thing we talked about with who does the Locked On we just had on, Brian Peacock.
Brian Peacock, yeah.
So Brian Peacock joined us earlier this week, and I asked him, what is the feeling about this line? Because, yes, you've got Trent Williams back, which is the most important piece on that line at left tackle. But how about these other pieces? And he did say there is questions.
Yeah.
There are questions.
Absolutely.
And this is something that, they need this line to be at least decent and give him enough time so Brock can continue to do what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And if he stays healthy and continues to do what he does, I think Brock could have a huge year. I truly do.
If there's a quarterback that can make up for your inefficiencies on the line, statistically, Brock Purdy has been that quarterback, which is a good thing. Now, Brock has to stay healthy, of course.
Yeah.
And be able to make those big plays. And that kind of leads into this other chart that I wanted to go over with you that I came across. Again, all these advanced quarterback analytics are starting to come out right now, and people read into them it just gives you a little bit of an insight into the strengths and weaknesses of these players and makes you appreciate a little bit more about just different elements of their game. It's not an end-all, be-all, and we're talking about percentage points and slight differences in numbers. It's not like, oh my God, he's astronomically better than Jalen Hurts in this area or whatever. This is a graphic called Living on Borrowed Time, which essentially maps out interception-worthy throws that a quarterback makes versus actual interceptions. There's 4 quadrants. Brock Purdy finds himself in the asking for trouble quadrant by a significant margin. There's only one other guy up there with him, and it's Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua
Tagovailoa, excuse me. Brock throws a lot of interception-worthy passes. He takes a lot of risks. And I mean, I'm not a Niners fan, but I vividly remember in the Jimmy Garoppolo era, Niner fans always going, "Oh, there's one Jimmy interception coming. We know it's coming. Jimmy's going to throw a duck, and it's going to get picked off. It's going to happen at some point." Brock is not at that point. But Brock tries to thread the needle a lot. He's not afraid to make plays. This has been both of a criticism and a compliment to his game. This is one of the reasons why we talked to Nick Wagner earlier. Brock Purdy throws a lot of interceptions in training camp every year because he's trying things.
And it doesn't really mean that much.
It matters to some people. Like Grant Cohen points this out a lot.
Well,
and I know, but Grant was the one that actually tweeted out this graphic that we're referencing. But in reality, Brock Purdy takes a lot of risks.
Yeah, I get that. And I saw it last year when he came back. I think he made in one game 3 bonehead mistakes in in the last half. I can't remember the specific game. But it was you just threw another one?
Yeah.
You just threw another one? So yeah, I get it.
Mac Jones, by the way, he's kind of towing the line, but he is far more in the opposite quadrant, which is he protects the ball.
Okay.
He does not throw many interceptions, but he
doesn't take risks.
Take a lot of risks.
Yeah. And you have to find that happy medium.
Right.
It's hard to do, but you got to find that.
But if you can take risks and avoid interceptions, that's called being a game-changing player.
It is. But here's the thing that needs to work for him this year, Matt, if he's going to continue to do it, but actually do it with efficiency, because I agree with you. You do have to do that to be a little bit above just a good quarterback. And sometimes a quarterback that's going to take you further has to make those decisions sometimes and take those risks. However, I think with Brock, the problem with Brock last season was I think if he started the season and didn't have the injury and was really on the field most of the season, he could have started building the chemistry with these other weapons more. And that can lead to right time, right spot, knowing your receivers. Obviously a cornerback can always play into that and what you're going up against, right? Whatever cornerback or secondary you're going up against. But Brock never really had the time to fully build that with his guys, especially a guy like Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah.
Which was part Pearsall's fault too. But I think he just, this year, that could be a big part of it.
So this graph is illustrating that Brock takes risks and it has resulted in interceptions. So he is very much asking for trouble. That's the quadrant that he's in. You know who's firmly, I was just looking at this, who's firmly in the getting away with it quadrant, which means he's throwing a lot of risky passes but not getting picked off? Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Firmly.
That's not surprising.
I'm going for it, but it's not getting picked off.
Yeah.
And there's two ways to look at that. It's, wow, what a playmaker. The other way is living on borrowed time.
Yeah.
How much longer are you going to be able to get away with that?
Yeah.
That's interesting about Caleb Williams.
And
getting away with it is such an accurate way of
Yeah.
describing what Caleb Williams was doing last season. He was getting away with it.
And I'm sure they see that, right? I'm sure Ben Johnson sees that, and he's like, look, some of this stuff, we you did it, but we can't continue to do that.
Yeah, it
every
reminds
single
me.
play.
It reminds me of the meme of Steve Kerr when Steph's dribbling around the Clippers and he's like, "What are you doing?" And then he throws up the shot and it goes in. And he's like, "Whatever. I guess you get used to it if he does it more, obviously." But yeah, at this point he is just getting away with it.
By the way, just to give you an idea of the company that Brock finds himself in with this graph, again, it's Purdy and Tagovailoa at the top of this, asking for trouble. There's a big distance between them. And the reason why is they all take a lot of chances and they're throwing picks because of it. Those two are.
Where's Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Daniel Jones are all also in that asking for trouble category,
but below.
It's just their interception rate isn't as high. So how I read into that, by the way, Lamar Jackson's in the snake bitten category, which is he's not taking a lot of chances, but he's throwing more interceptions. But what that's telling me is Brock is firmly in the quadrant with a lot of the playmaking quarterbacks in the league, which that's the feast or famine, right? That's what you need Brock Purdy to be. So I'm actually kind of encouraged by that. We want those interception numbers to go down, But Brock is going to try to make plays, and he needs to do that if the Niners are going to win the division.
Well, yeah, because like you said, at least to start the year, their offense seems to be a little bit more, of the strength than the defense. So at least to start the year, you want to be finishing drives with points. You don't want to be giving it to the other team and putting your defense out there right away and tiring your defense, right? So you got to try to have these drives result in points. And I know they're one of the best teams, I think, in the first quarter, coming out in the first quarter. I think they're one of the they're one of the best offensive teams in the first quarter.
They led the league something like points on opening drive for a long time.
Yeah, but then the problem I think last year that you started to see with some of these games is when they didn't start that way, then it was just like
if they didn't score and get out to a hot start, the defense couldn't keep up, and then they'd fall into holes that they wouldn't be able to climb out of. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to need to find 4 quarters of consistent offense this season, and the defense just... Well, here's one thing I will say. This is true last season, and it's going to be even more true this year in my mind. When the defense creates stops, and certainly when the defense creates takeaways, boy, you better get points.
Yep.
At least 3. Especially in a game against the Rams or the Seahawks.
The problem last year is, at least to start the year, they weren't getting that either.
Yeah. Not a lot of takeaways.
There was not.
Not a lot of takeaways. Hopefully Fred Warner, Odigizua, Nick
It
Bosa
starts
being
up
back.
front, baby.
Yeah, that's true. Force quarterbacks into uncomfortable positions. I don't know. Like, that graphic, again, is... Like, Grant Cohen was the one who tweeted it out. And Grant is a very pessimistic Niners... His coverage is very pessimistic.
Like
it's more than Dave. Like, Dave is pessimistic.
I'm giving him crap.
Grant is negative. And Grant is very critical of Brock Purdy's past selection.
Yeah.
Okay. That graph illustrates his point. Like, this dude is taking a lot of unnecessary risks, and it's resulting in interceptions. That's worrisome. Maybe I'm just looking at it through, and I'm not a Niner fan, but maybe I'm looking at it through red and gold colored glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I read that into that as Brock is trying to be the quarterback that the playmaking quarterback that the Niners are going to need. You're going to need something special from Brock to win this division. And Brock is showing he's capable or willing to take those risks, which I admire. Versus, I think a safe quarterback, you're not winning this division with a safe quarterback. No. So I admire that. And you add on top of that the numbers that we've talked.
Maybe if they had a really good defense, like a better defense than the other two teams.
So like Jimmy Garoppolo? Exactly. Yeah. But the Niners don't have that anymore. Or at least we don't expect them to have that. But the fact that he's willing to take risks, plus the fact that he is very comfortable and very efficient against the rush and against the blitz, that to me is encouraging because he's going to be able to use his legs and stay comfortable enough to make those plays. I think Brock Purdy's the man for the job. Now time will tell if he can, 1, stay on the field enough to do the job.
That's my biggest thing with him.
And 2, if you do stay on the field, man, how many game-winning drives you got in you? How many times can you steal a game from either the Rams or the Seahawks or just flat out beat them? Mm-hmm. Wow, that Rams defense is really good, but Brock still carved them apart. That's what I'm waiting to see.
To me, he's got a lot of stuff to prove this year.
Boy,
so all the nice articles are great, but to me, I want to see it. And to see it, I got to see you actually on the field.
Yeah, that part too. And injuries like turf toe are unfortunate.
No, it's awful.
But it's like you don't get the sympathy at this point. Like just an unfortunate injury. You got Mac Jones, but you're not winning this division with Mac Jones.
They don't let Mac Jones make those passes.
Right.
That's why he's in the playing it safe. Yeah. He's not allowed to make those passes.
No, he's not.
Brock needs to show that he's responsible enough to have that responsibility put on him.
And hopefully Pearsall and Stribling and Evans are the guys that he can make those passes to. You also need someone to go and catch that ball that you're throwing up there.
For sure.
That was a problem last season. I saw multiple times that routes just weren't, like there was miscommunication. That happened a lot.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's part of that is because when Brock came back, he didn't have that
the chemistry
with these receivers yet.
Yeah.
You know, and so he was going to Kittle most of the time because that's about the only guy he has really truly built that up with.
Who was the tight end that he built a rapport with? Tunges?
Tunges. Robert Tunges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like his go-to guy.
Yeah. Usually tight ends seem to be in that situation sometimes.
Yeah. But there was times where he was throwing it and there was just no one there.
I know.
Like, it was to the defense.
Right.
And it 100% had to have been a miscommunication thing.
Yeah, it was.
And that probably put him further in that quadrant. But he does make weird... The game that you're talking about, I remember vividly. I don't remember who it was against, but I remember watching it just being like, this is... I'm a Niners fan. I thought it was insane. I was just like, we need to stop.
I was like, pull him.
Yeah.
I was like, pull him.
It was
like,
so
what
bad.
are we doing?
It's twofold. It's you need to stay on the field enough to establish that chemistry with your receivers. And two, you also need to make your receivers better. Make Pearsall better. Make Stribling better as a quarterback. The best quarterbacks can make a receiver core that's not all flash and lights great. It's going to be awesome to have Mike Evans to throw the ball to the back pylon. And Mike, you tall, you know what, go and get it.
Drink of water.
And he can go and get it. So that's going to be valuable to have in the red zone. And it's going to be, hopefully George Kittle comes back and is his George Kittle self to where Brock always knows my safety blanket is right there with me. And I always have Christian McCaffrey in the backfield to help me out too. But other than that, like, I've got to make my receiving room better. That's the big thing about Brock that I'm fascinated with this year.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Can't wait. Long way to go, but can't wait. We'll take the break. When we come back, well, we still have baseball.
We do?
Well, yeah. Hey.
Just not in Northern Cali?
Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I can officially say, statistically, Tony Vitello is not the worst. He's not the worst. I'll explain when we come back right here on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie. I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. For your Thursday, you're looking at bright sunshine and will feel seasonable for the afternoon. What does that mean? Well, that means highs will peak today in the lower 90s. That's where we should be for late July. Overnight tonight, the Delta breeze increases. We'll start the morning for Friday in the 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Carmichael Dave here. So proud to talk about my new friends at Pest Pros, where they are family owned, they are locally rooted, and they are committed to serving Northern California. I got a mouse problem at my house, and I don't like mice. I got a cockroach problem at my house, and I don't like cockroaches. That's a real thing. You're going to get pest protection somewhere. Why not get it at a place that is locally owned and operated? Longtime Kings fans and partners, and the community, yeah, you've spoken. They're back-to-back Sacramento favorites. So if you got pest control, you don't have Pest Pros. Step up to the pros with their all-star lineup. Don't just make the call, make the right call. Go to pestprosps.com, Sacramento grown, family owned, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345. Step up to the pros at Pest Pros.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
It's time to saddle up, Sacramento. It's Wild West Night with the Sacramento River Cats on Saturday, August 8th at Sutter Health Park. Celebrate the Wild West in classic baseball fashion with themed fun and River Cats baseball under the lights. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Innova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Innova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at InnovaCabinetStone.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Anthony, I know you saw this morning. Last week, we had a very fun conversation when the boss, Richie, was sitting in that chair, and we had a conversation about text messages and emojis and things like that, and like the one-word text messages that women send just to hurt your feelings, or one-letter text messages at times just to hurt your feelings.
That's not just women who send that. I can prove that.
Yeah,
I know,
it's not just women.
I know you saw. Shut up.
Yeah, thanks, Anthony.
Sometimes you just need to send one letter.
Or one emoji.
I know you saw this morning, though, in our group chat. Matt George. Hey, what time is Nick Wagner today? Kayla's response. I put AI that it is in 11.
Can we guess what happened? Do you know what happened yet?
I put AI that in its 11.
Okay.
And I texted back ... What?
So, first of all,
what happened to you?
First of all,
First of all, I was kind of in an annoyed state.
Why? Because I didn't look at the rundown?
Yes!
I was getting in the car, so I just texted, hey, because I wanted to get to work and start to map it out.
At least I'm being transparent with you. Anyways, but
why are you mad at me?
I get over it in like 2.2 seconds.
Of course she was mad at me.
So anyway, I told you I have I don't really, but I have fat texting fingers. So when I'm taking, I think I was walking red at the time, and I saw it, and I was texting you back, and I guess I was clicking on something, but my phone does like to make up its own words. So I looked down there and I did laugh.
So you were mad.
I did.
So you were mad at me for not checking the rundown.
Not mad, annoyed.
Annoyed
yes.
that I didn't check. But okay, because my thought.
So it was supposed to read like this. Just a second. Okay, it was supposed to read like this. What time is what time is Wagner today? ? That's per Matt.
Hold on. Can I do the first word? Bitch. Now I'll do it. That's how it was supposed to sound. I already put that in the rundown, idiot.
I put that in at 11. That's what it said.
It's supposed to say that?
That's what it was.
It's supposed to say, I put that in at 11.
I thought it was like a text-to-speech thing.
I
Like you were like in your car, and sometimes it just does whatever.
Too.
That's so funny that you just hit send on that one.
Yeah, she actually hit send.
I think because I was annoyed.
You're just like, whatever, figure it out.
But why were you annoyed? I was just mapping the show out.
I know, because sometimes I just get that way.
What time is Wagner today? I put AI that in its 11.
But then what happened? You said what?
And I said what? And then you said LOL. I already put it down in the rundown. It's at 11. I was like, oh, okay.
There we go.
Awesome.
See, did the LOL help it ease a little?
Sure.
Okay.
Were you annoyed at that point?
No.
Okay.
I was annoyed.
I get over things real quick.
I was annoyed I had to read that 3 times to figure out what the hell you talked about. I put AI that it's in its 11. And you press send on that.
I didn't even look.
I can tell.
Honestly,
That's probably picking up dog poop or something.
that's so funny. Typing a text message that has the tendency to go wrong and not looking before you hit send is so funny.
I know.
Power move.
Right?
I'm going to start doing that.
It's freeing. It's very freeing.
I know someone who only uses text to speech.
That's
like
really?
they'll like
Psychotic.
be like, let me text someone, and then they'll like whisper into their
God,
phone.
that's my mom.
No, I don't trust that at all.
I think that's hilarious.
I don't trust text to
My
speech
mom
at
does
all.
it. I'll be like, Mom, what are you doing? And send it. Oh, I'm texting.
I get nervous when I text to speech too. I'm like,
Yeah.
can you bring the groceries home? I'm like,
So do they. They just do it still.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
I'm terrified. I'm terrified.
Funny.
Hey, big congratulations for Tony Vitello. He is officially not the worst Giants manager in history after 100 games. Shout out Tony V. His .412 win percentage, so 41% win percentage, ranks 26th out of 27 managers in Giants history with 100-plus games.
All right, Tony.
You're not the worst.
You're not the worst.
The worst belongs to Jim Davenport, who had a .389 win percentage. Correct me if I'm wrong, Whitey, because I'm reading this based off of a follow-up tweet. Jim Davenport was fired with 18 games remaining in his first season as a general manager.
Oh, boy.
The Giants then
Just the
hired...
manager.
Sorry, what did I say?
General manager.
Oh, I'm sorry, just the manager, excuse me. The Giants then hired Roger Craig, who 2 years later won the National League West.
Interesting.
So Tony, that might not be the
that's not the
best
right
company to be in there, pal, but at least you're not that bad.
And at least for Giants fans, that means we got 2 years until a World Series.
Oh, there we go.
There
Look
you
at
go.
Mr. Brightside over there.
Well, as if that means if the Giants fire Tony V before the end of this season. 26th. There's 27 Giants managers ever to coach or manage 100 or more games, and he's 26 out of 27 in 1 year.
That is tough.
Yeesh.
But we kind of all in the back of our mind thought this could possibly be a thing.
Yeesh.
There was a big risk of hiring Tony Vitello, but really there's a risk of hiring Buster Posey as your GM.
He's not going to get fired this season, is he? Or at the
Tony?
end of this season?
Vitello? I don't think so.
I have convinced myself Tony V is going to be the manager for the Giants next year. I have convinced myself, and I don't know why. I just don't think Buster would do that.
Well, it's also Buster how he looks too.
Well, that too, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because if you have to admit your mistake immediately
Yeah.
and fire the coach you just hired when you took a big risk.
It's not a good look.
Yeah, that's probably not great. Yeah, I don't think Tony V's getting fired.
I don't think he is either.
I think it
know
all
if that's a good or
depends
bad
on
thing.
the offseason, right? Like, he'll make it through the season, but it all depends on what happens this offseason.
Mhm.
Like, how the organization views, like, I know Buster's technically in charge, but, like, man,
Yeah.
ownership can be like, what are you even doing? It's been really rough
It
under
has.
Buster. It was rough before, but
Yeah.
it was rough under Buster.
I think that's kind of telling.
The worst seasons in San Francisco Giants history in 1985.
This is a depressing segment.
Sorry. In 1985, they finished with a record of 62 wins and 100 losses. In 2017, they had 64 wins and 98 losses. How many wins are the Giants on pace for? Doing this on live radio.
Should we guess?
Yeah. How many wins do you think? I haven't looked this up yet. I'm gonna guess.
What are we at right now for them?
I don't know. I don't even have the number in front of me.
Okay.
Just vibes based.
Yeah, total
We
vibes.
know they're bad.
So the worst in history for them is 62 and 100. Second worst in 2017 was 64 and 98. I think they're on pace for like 68 wins.
Oh, really?
I have no idea.
I was going to say like 80.
80? Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Give me 73.
73. Okay. Bop, bop, bop. Searching. The Giants are on pace to win 67 games this season.
Wow.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, Whitey immediately, when I said 80, he was like, no
He's
way.
like, that's way
I haven't
too
watched
high.
them at all this season.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's
67
rough
and
territory.
95. That would
Mhm.
be the third worst season, I think, in franchise history.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't keep his job. I don't know.
Yeesh. Well. Oh, well.
Not my job.
Good luck, Buster. Have fun at the trade deadline, I guess.
Not my job to fire him.
Well, I don't know what the Giants are going to do. I'm not like I'd like to say I'm fascinated to see what they're going to do, but I'm kind of like Alan. Alan said it yesterday. I don't care. Like I'm at the point where I'm just so checked out on the Giants, and even I'm an A's fan, so I already don't really care.
It's just not.
I'm checked out on the A's. This collapse in June and like mid-June to mid-July, that collapse just snuffed out the torch of interest that I have in A's baseball right now. I'm just so out of it.
I just think from a Giants fan perspective, it would suck just knowing that there's so much to fix because you don't even know if Buster's the right GM. You don't even know if Tony's the right manager. You don't even know what this roster is going to be in a couple years because what pieces do you keep? What pieces can you get? It's a mess.
Yeah, crazy. We'll take the break. When we come back, wrapping up the show on this Friday, Junior, with our bestest buds in the world, Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles, the Drive Guys. Join us next here on Sactown Sports.
Sactownsports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. Sactownsports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food?
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile.
Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy to set up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com. Price guarantee on talk, text, and 5G data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, I have been told you're extending the 4th of July sales event because those deals are so darn good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs.
America loves Ram trucks, but what about my perfect truck?
We have you covered at Hoblet. We are truck people, so you won't find a better selection of new Rams with the features that matter anywhere. Plus, with almost 600 new Rams available, your Ram is waiting at Hoblet. Just one of the reasons Hoblet is consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but the entire nation.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings after 4162 dealer discount and 11,338 factory incentive. Incentives may include 15% below MSRP incentive, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and 500 military bonus or first responder bonus for eligible members. 10th is net savings. Sample VIN 390660. See dealer for details.
The Travel Guys, new on KHTK 1140 every Saturday at 11 a.m.
We'll make you a smarter traveler. Tips you can use on the road and at the airport, plus reports from top consumer advocates.
The Travel Guys, 11 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140.
Here's good news for folks who have a jumbo loan. The Loan Exchange, America's jumbo lender, is offering a 30-year fixed-rate loan at a 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR for loan amounts up to $3 million. So if you have a mortgage with an interest rate of 6% or higher, give America's jumbo lender a call at 833-436-8800. You drive around to find the cheapest gas, so why not refinance your mortgage? Every day you wait, you're wasting money on needless interest. Go to theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 to find out what your savings will be with a new 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com or call 833-436-8800 for a 30-year fixed-rate loan at 5.75% interest rate and 5.939% APR.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Wrapping up Thursday, or I always want to call it Thursday Junior, but it's not. It's
Friday
Junior.
Junior.
The best way we know how. By spending time with the Drive guys. Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles in studio with us. Good to see you, gentlemen.
You've been hanging out with Alan too long because that sounded totally insincere.
Wow.
It did kind of.
Did it? No, I meant it. I like ending our show with you guys.
Hey, no better way to wrap up Friday Junior with our favorite guys. Here they are.
The Drive guys on Sactown Sports.
That's what happens.
We don't need this.
When you hang out with Alan, it rubs off.
I don't know what Whitey's talking about. I'm the most sincere person you're ever going to
I stood up for you today on our show.
What happened?
What happened? What did happen?
Bobby Gerald this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Carmichael Dave brought you into the start of the interview.
Oh, so I heard. Yeah.
Well, that's the first thing I want to ask you is, are you going to respond to his response of your response?
Was that it? Because I didn't
think that might have been it.
No, they clipped it was like a 12-minute response. They clipped it on our YouTube channel. It's a whole segment, separate video on YouTube of him responding to you yesterday.
Dave?
And then it was brought up again with Bobby Gerald.
Yeah, and then he mentioned it again. Where'd Bobby?
Well, I did not get any...
Didn't really resonate, did it?
Yeah, I didn't get any texts or
Punch
anything.
didn't land, I'd say.
From anybody.
He went piece by piece through the clip of you responding to him.
And they put that on YouTube?
Yeah, it's...
He went piece by piece?
Well, not really. He listened to different bits and pieces and then paused it and responded to it, essentially, is what Carmichael David did. But if you go to the Sactown Sports YouTube channel right now...
What is without you? What do you...
What does he
I don't
do?
know.
And J. Ross.
So what was Jason? What was Jason doing?
Oh, Jason just kind of sat there and looked. I mean, you can see. Look what Jason's doing. He's looking down in the
Dave
other direction.
versus Allen.
The video is called Dave versus Allen. The Kings rebuild is going to take some time.
Wow.
Up now on Sactown Sports YouTube.
Yeah, which is so funny because what is the other side of that?
Yeah.
We both know it's going to take time.
I can sum up. I'll sum up
Okay.
the main point from.
Sure.
I didn't listen to the full segment. I listened to it while I was driving in. The main
Right.
point was, and I don't want to speak for Dave here, but I quote, Alan, it was called a pivot. I was taking what you were saying and pivoting to a larger point. That was his thing.
Oh.
A pivot.
A pivot.
Not a red herring, not a straw man or whatever you guys were talking
Trojan
about
horse?
yesterday.
Yeah.
Not a Trojan horse.
An ad hominem.
Just a pivot.
By the way, I want to stick up for Alan real quick.
Just a pivot.
Because I listen to you guys
he's
show
getting
every day. And then JR called and you said, hey, you called us marshmallows. And he said, oh, that's just like Alan to misconstrue my words. Alan didn't say anything.
I know he didn't.
I
didn't think he did.
JR threw you under the bus immediately.
Yeah,
He
JR, don't try
did.
to call in today.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
did.
We're putting it out.
he
You're
just-
not getting through.
He sweet talked me right back into being okay with
He
him.
did a good job with that, but he did not need to try to use Alan as a
he
human
threw
shield.
Alan under the bus immediately.
Yeah, I'll
And then
remember that.
And then he went after Dave, too, to be fair.
I'll remember that.
And the size of Jason's head. He said
Wow.
something about that.
He just was on a roll.
He was.
Today. Jeez. I'm just looking now here. Dave versus it's right there.
They actually clipped it?
Yeah.
The
Sorry,
first hour of the show.
I thought I figured he knew. I figured he knew because you tweeted your Cam Newton gif.
That's right. No,
saying we were gonna.
I thought, yeah. Well, yesterday, Whitey, I wouldn't have even heard the first thing Dave said unless Whitey had told me he was talking about it. So,
Also, it's Whitey.
it's
Whitey
a 4-hour show. I'm not just gonna be on pins and needles waiting for Dave to mention me. I mean,
Right.
you know, it's every other. I guess I could just check every other hour.
That'd probably be somewhere in there.
You know, easy enough. But I didn't get a text from Whitey or anybody, so I didn't know what was said, and nobody reached out and said, "Dave, gotcha." So I figured he didn't say anything, but clearly he just wasted 12 minutes of
There's a whole
everybody's
segment
time.
of it. Yeah.
Thanks for the
Complete
content,
waste of
though.
everyone's
Yeah.
time.
Hey, anytime.
Thanks for the content.
Anytime. Thank you.
Going strong.
You are welcome. Dave is welcome. I'm sorry to Jason. He had to, just kind of sit there during it. So I guess it's over now.
Speaking of content.
Did you win?
I'll let the people decide.
Easily. Yeah.
What's
Jerry Reynolds today, Vic Tafer from The Athletic, and Law Murray from The Athletic.
We were just
the Athletic strong.
We were just talking about Vic Tafer's recent article, all of his thoughts about different defenders. I like what
which was interesting.
You need to ask him what he wrote about Odigizua. That was the best.
That's my guy.
That was the best one.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah.
So, all right.
And Jerry's joining us today because Alan's leaving us early. So
Whoa.
What's happening now?
You were icing over all this.
No, it's just River Cats. That's all. Instead of tomorrow, I'm doing it today. So that's the only.
The game starts at what time? Oh, I guess it starts at what?
Yeah, game starts at 6:45.
6, so you just have to
think
get.
you could leave a little later. I'm with you.
No, I already leave later than the time I'm supposed to be there.
Game's at 7. I got to be out there at 2:30. Okay.
What are the crowds like?
It's the traffic and.
What are the crowds like, honestly, on like a
Tower
weekday?
Bridge? Well, it depends. Tuesdays, it's $2 Tuesday,
Okay.
so Tuesday's normally pretty good. I think they do something for Thursdays too, but I don't typically work Thursdays, so I will find out myself because usually Fridays is just everybody's in a good mood because it's Friday anyway.
It's a big rivalry because excuse me, Matt, but it's the Giants AAA team against the Dodgers.
Oh, baby.
Looks like the
Here we go.
Rivercats won the first 2, which is surprising. Well, I think the Dodgers have so many injuries right now. They're actually pulling dudes up because normally that AAA team is pretty stacked.
Yeah.
Pretty stacked.
Well, I notice, Alan, when after you do Rivercats games, you typically then take the air the next day and just talk about the amount of people that approach you to talk about things.
That's right.
So are you expecting a lot of people to approach you today to talk about the beef with Dave?
Ooh.
Like who won, who lost?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, would you want that? Do you want people to come up with today at the game, their verdict on who won the beef?
Yeah, definitely. Even if it's not me. The one time when we had the conversation ciders versus beers, people were yelling from the stands.
Oh my gosh.
Stop drinking ciders.
Wait, because you liked the ciders.
Oh yeah, I'm a team cider.
Cider guy.
There's a lot of cider guys.
And
Frank, well, Frank's already admitted to it. I won't out anybody else. But
Oh, there's other people.
Oh yeah, we're strong. Okay. We're riding strong on this side of things. And we're not going to be bullied. All right? We're not going to be bullied by
I didn't have any cider.
No, but you were you've been around the crew.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. But we're not going to be bullied, by people. Oh, don't drink cider. Come on, man. It's a new day. They're tasty. They're refreshing in the summer. What do I want, a chocolate IPA? It's 105 degrees. Give me a break, man.
Thick IPA.
Oh, yeah. Give me a malt milkshake IPA.
Do people tell you not to drink cider?
Oh, yeah. The shame, it was ciders and seltzers, right? Like, that's why you get shamed. But I've powered through, and I've changed the narrative on ciders.
Of course.
I really have.
You don't want to be a beveragist.
Exactly. And Whitey gets that.
Yeah.
Whitey understands.
Shouldn't drink that.
Yeah, come on. Come drink this Bud Heavy.
You don't want to be a beveragist.
It's probably a different realm, but do cocktails work their way into the judgment zone?
Oh, yeah, because
I get judged a lot for cocktails.
Yeah, I get judged because I like grapefruit.
Yeah.
So it's pink.
I love grapefruit.
I'll get a grapefruit, whatever
a
drink.
Greyhound.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you'll take a picture with my drink and my wife's drink and be like, guess whose is whose? And mine's the pink one.
Yeah.
Just like the jorts.
I don't hate that.
Whitey was thinking
it's not like the jorts.
I'm with Alan on that one.
No, the jorts was like if you're.
I did not bring up the jorts.
The jorts is like if your girl had a beer, but then you drank it, right?
I don't think so. That's
right.
Because
right.
I don't know.
Kinda.
When I went home, I realized that we're a radio audience and no one could see me, and I just was. Everyone thinks I'm wearing like girls'
Right. They are
like
male
cut up. They were from a yard sale that I was gonna buy, and she was like, "I want them," and I'm like, "Okay, you can have them," and now I wear them.
That's
see,
funny.
that context is very important.
Yeah.
Right.
It's completely different.
Right, because people think girls' shorts, they think Jessica Simpson and Dukes of Hazzard.
Exactly.
And, it's
the
like,
buttons on the other
They're
side.
Levi's.
They are
baggy.
Levi. You can find
at my
them
knee.
Right.
in the.
Just had a little secret.
Matt George was not asked about his golf game today.
That's okay.
How'd you do?
That's all right.
How'd you do?
That's okay. Par the first hole.
All right.
Stop there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I'm still
right.
beating you one-on-one, but it was a good
whoa,
time.
whoa.
Whenever you're ready, though, get your lessons.
Whoa, we're supposed to be teammates here.
We are teammates.
We're teammates on Monday.
Did you hear what, speaking of golf and other shows, did you hear what Dave said about the lie he told to the big boss?
No.
Golf lie. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. This is what he said on the air. He said he hits, I guess, I don't know if it was a chip or like a short approach. And the boss says, hey, what'd you hit there, a 9 or a wedge? And Dave says, I had a 9. And Dave goes, I really hit a 7, but I didn't want to tell him. And that's just the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
No, that's a thing in golf.
Well, I understand it, but
I'm typically the one that's hitting the longer club.
But you don't
than
lie.
anybody else.
Yeah,
no,
no,
I don't lie, but I know people that
Yeah.
do because they're self-conscious about
Dave.
it. Well, yeah.
I would never do that.
No, you wouldn't. Because you don't have to worry about that.
Because I have 14 hybrids, so I don't have to worry.
Oh, there you go.
I've already gotten made fun of enough.
There you go.
Wow, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm glad you told me that.
Also,
Dave.
what are your thoughts on this real quick? So we're at the first tee because I played with Jim and Dave yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the first tee, and so I have a cart and Dave
This
has
is
a cart.
hilarious.
And Jim comes walking up in his bucket cap, and he's holding his clubs, and he starts walking up, and I go, "Are you walking today?" He goes, "No, I'm gonna hitch a ride." And I was like, "Okay," and I turned to Dave. I was like, "Let's see who he likes more. Are you gonna ride with me or ride with Dave?"
This is great.
He doesn't even break his stride, keeps walking towards Dave, and goes, "I've already said I was gonna ride with Dave." What do you think about that?
And it's the same day he lied to him?
It is. That was later.
Okay, yes.
He lied to him later.
He lied to him later.
But also,
you came across as a little too needy there.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be remiss to mention that that's not the first time it happened to me.
Wow.
It happened to me when myself and Jason Ross golfed with Chris Watkins and Alan Stiles. And Chris had a cart and I had a cart. And we drove to pick up Alan first. And Alan walked right past my cart and got right into Chris Watkins' cart.
Well, you and Jason kind of
He wasn't with me
other.
yet.
Well, Chris and I, we go way back.
We picked you up first. You walked past my cart to go to Chris's.
Chris and I,
This
we
is
like to golf
hilarious.
together. It's a little
That's
different.
no harm,
No
no
beef,
foul.
no
That's a play
beef,
on.
no beef.
New
That's a play on.
beef.
Out of style, out of style, out of
No,
style.
that's in style.
We got Alan Stiles. We got Whitey Gleason. 4 hours coming up next. The Drive, guys. Kayla and I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Peace.